Alive yet?
It's alive! It's alive!
Yay!
What's going on, all you cocks? Hey, you suck cockers? Did I say it right? Yeah. Got it right.
I'm gonna move you guys right. There we go.
Super Mario Brothers.
Tampa Bay Sporting is good.
Crazy,
season.
huh?
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Yeah.
Super Bowl
Fucking
and
Tom
Stanley Cup.
Brady.
Yeah,
Tom
Super Bowl and
Brady.
Stanley
What
Cup.
the hell?
Well,
What the hell?
Too bad
football
the
isn't my
Rays-
jam, so I'm not going to gloat about that.
Oh.
We already won Stanley Cup, so yeah, that happened.
I mean, Tampa Bay. I mean, like it's like you have a coach, you have an offensive coordinator / pretty much head coach with pads on the field. It's really not fair. Tom Brady's another level of good people won't accept. But they'll be like, the greatest quarterback ever lived, Tom Brady.
Yeah, pretty much.
After he retires, but nobody would say it right now.
Jesus Christ. It's insane. He's unbelievable. You're making me want to have a cigarette, Frank.
Like last 2 days, dude.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm
that
living.
That looks good.
It feels so wrong that it's right.
Yeah, they really are.
Just remember, Dick, with that pack of cigarettes, you could buy 3 of those Millennium Falcons that are sitting behind you there.
This is
for the
true.
price of 1 pack of smokes.
Especially nowadays. Oh, shit.
Why would you want them, right?
Yeah, right. Well, you know, we're outlawed menthol cigarettes and flavored tobacco. It doesn't exist in California anymore. January 1st, it's illegal. Welcome to California.
I don't know why that made me laugh, but I can't help it. I can't stop laughing.
California is so fucking dumb.
Whew, yeah, it is, man. From Hollywood all the way down. Oh,
snowflake capital of the world.
Now they're having a black exodus because they can't buy menthol cigarettes anymore.
What?
Oh, hey-oh.
I didn't hear the joke. What did you say? What was that?
Now, well, actually, the funny thing is my friend who's whiter than snow smokes menthols, and he can't get them. He's all upset.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because usually black people smoke menthols. That's the joke.
It is, especially Newports, but right.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to like smuggle them from Canada or Mexico or something just to get menthol.
Hey, Dick, what do you call a black airline pilot? An airline pilot, you racist?
Yeah, I got it. Very good. It's very good.
Thank you.
You guys ready? You get your iPad?
No, actually, I used my phone.
So are we talking about the movie first or the show first?
The show.
Okay.
Did you want me to get the intros after? You said no, you're fine. Like,
I don't give a shit.
I mean, because you take me a little bit. I only recorded one thing from Time Element.
From Time Element? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something you want to say right after the theme song or after?
No. We can. Yeah. Okay. I mean, pretty early because it's something that he says pretty early, but it's just what he says made me go, wait a minute.
I'm still here. I'm trying to reach over and grab something. I don't want to look like an idiot.
And just leave it like that.
I could.
Boom, boom. I'm on fire, Phoenix.
All right.
Why do you look shorter? Is it just the?
I'm sitting.
First perspective.
It's strange.
Oh my God, you're sitting, dude! Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm picking a theme song.
It's awesome.
No, that means you're not in pain, man. That's awesome.
All right, playing a theme song now.
Imagine, if you will, an announcer you can barely understand. He refers to a but you're not quite sure what he said. He seems to be eating something, or perhaps he's a little drunk. It's remotely possible that he just said something about it. The scary door.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone.
It was not guns or bombs that defeated the aliens, but that humblest of all God's creatures, the Tyrannosaurus.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW The Twilight Review, episode 214 for the Time Element, 1958. I'm Phoenix Racist Term here West.
I'm Frank Links.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Jesse Lou Dick for tonight.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while.
Oh, Lucy. As soon as I seen him come on, I went, Lucy. You got that though.
I was really surprised that he was hosting his own show about a sci-fi show. That's kind of interesting.
He's a narcissist. What are you talking about? You were surprised?
No, I forgot. Like, it's been that long since I've watched 1950s television.
He can't just say, I endorse this fridge. He's got to name himself, the fridge himself.
I just had a little giggle remembering there was a time when Westinghouse made refrigerators and not terrible cheap TVs that you buy on Black Friday.
I had no idea until you told me beforehand that
They make terrible TVs, man.
I'm amazed they're still around, period.
Who?
Westinghouse. I mean, shit, that's a long time ago.
I deal with them all the time. They make a lot of replacement electrical shit that I deal with.
Huh.
Is that stuff any good?
Top of the line.
Okay. So they're good at that, just not TVs.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no. Westinghouse is more geared to making sure that the country lights up at night.
Westinghouse was the current war guy. Yeah, right. Okay. Back with Tesla and Edison.
Yeah, Westinghouse was Team Tesla.
Yeah. All right.
It was GE. General Electric was Edison. Just killing elephants in Times Square or Central Park to throw off how AC is so dangerous. And the funny part is they were using DC to do it, but they didn't. The regular public didn't know.
You don't know nothing about that, DC current. Leave that alone.
Because right after that, all the electrifying elephants to try to kill Tesla, but they. Okay, right. The electric chair they use DC, which is Edison, not Tesla.
Frank.
So there you go.
Here's about planes.
That's interesting shit. Okay.
Vote for whatever else you're rambling on about.
It's true. He's right. I mean, Frank, not the machine.
The computer speaks for itself.
The computer speaks for itself. I can't say that.
Nothing I can do there. It just if it sees too much Frank,
what?
it just plays. Weird.
It doesn't have my name on it, does it?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say if that was preemptive, I want to clap for you there, Adam.
I missed you too much to be that big of a dick to you this fast, man. We gotta let that shit build up over a few episodes, you know.
I didn't miss you at all.
It's understandable. I don't blame
I'm
you.
kidding. I'm joking.
I thought of nothing else.
Anyway, so
Westinghouse, Desilu Playhouse. Too many houses in there. From November 24th, 1958. I don't know if this is a sci-fi show. I think this is just a one-off. I'm imagining it's mostly like dramatic.
It's probably anything and everything, and because sci-fi wasn't really a thing on TV that much in '58, was it?
no. Well, I mean,
Hitchcock, you had some shows, but
is Alfred Hitchcock more sci-fi or was that more
mystery?
More horror mystery drama.
Yeah, he had something going on there. There's some shows if you look back at it. I mean, I put out too many of those anthology shows that we have to cover in the other show. So there's a handful. Wasn't crazy popular yet, but that's why this episode caught everyone's attention, and that's why he got the Twilight Zone is from this episode. That's why we're talking about it.
Yeah,
I feel like this was a precursor to every Twilight Zone episode that came out too.
I mean,
Rod Serling was the Jordan Peele of 1958.
with talent. Yeah.
Ooh, shots fired.
He can't get menthols here in California no more.
Poor guy.
Bastard.
I agree, Phoenix. Jordan Peele has talent. He just chooses not to use it sometimes. So
he just doesn't choose to be all over. He doesn't choose to use that talent toward the Twilight Zone for the most part.
Right. He's at the Spielberg part of his life where he just puts his name on everything but doesn't actually do any of the work. So
you mean M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, that too.
I would say Spielberg had 2 cents because he would always throw out an idea.
We'll talk about that next episode.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, there's a reason for that. We'll get into that now. There's a real big reason.
I've seen the movie so many times that I watched that I basically watched an hour documentary on the whole Vietnam helicopter theme, and wow, did I not know all those facts?
Oh, really?
Good God, I didn't know.
I was reading trivia before the show started. Yeah, backstage.
Yeah, all I know is the bare minimum that some people it was a tragedy It sucked.
I remember when that stuff was on TV. Well, we'll save that for the next episode.
Yeah.
Well, you know what a real tragedy was December 7th, 1941.
Yes.
A date that will live in infamy.
That's a badass segue.
Do you want to do a drunk singing, Frank, like the guy does in this episode?
I hate this guy so much. I wanted to beat him over the head
Right.
through the computer screen. I couldn't stand him.
And this is all that I recorded was this one thing that he said about October. Like, I think you fucked that up. Of course, I would record the part they fucked up, right? I mean, how they fucked this up, I don't know. I can't blame this on Rod. I doubt Rod. I know Rod's a smart guy. We know Rod's a smart guy. I don't think he'd write this in there and not catch himself at least once, right?
Play. Did you notice when Desi introduces the episode that he's like, this guy goes into a psychiatrist's office. He's been there for 6 minutes, and then it cuts to the narrator for the episode. He's like, he's been here 6 minutes. I'm like, Desi just said that. Desi Arnaz just said that. Why are you telling me again?
Desi wanted to narrate the episode too.
For no reason.
Well, I think they figured his Cuban accent was too thick, so you could understand him. So that's why they had to repeat him.
Is that what it was?
That's it.
Surprised they didn't have subtitles back then.
Yeah.
6 minutos. He's been in that conversation. He's talking to a therapist. Look at that. It's crazy.
It's
Yeah,
like,
He's a madman.
Desi, you're Cuban. The accent makes no sense to me.
Babaloo.
He's not Iranian, Desi. What's wrong with you?
He was
What?
a fucking pussy hound, though. That's for sure.
You say Iranian, was he?
No.
No, he wasn't.
Dick's,
No, he's
Dick's
Cuban.
version of him is.
I know.
Let me play the bongo. Babaloo. Oh, sorry, that's Lucy's face.
Now, when was the Lucy show? Is that before this? I take it. That'd be
During.
50.
Yeah, no.
Was it 50 to 58 or?
Lucy show came first, yeah.
51 to 57, 58, 15, something.
Shit,
Yeah.
'cause she looked like shit when she pops up in this episode.
Well,
you can
Desi's
tell.
been wrecking that shit for a few years
I was
by
gonna
now.
say,
Oh,
getting
absolutely.
smacked around for years will do that to you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she
Dude,
smoked like a
Desi,
train.
Desi was packing like a 14-inch mule, dude.
It's true.
You know,
I believe
he was,
it. I believe it.
You
yeah,
got to swing that thing around every once in a while. Sometimes some bitch gets in the eye, you know?
he was destroying that bitch, dude.
And
Isn't
he
she still
produced-
alive?
He produced Star Trek.
Did he?
Yeah,
it Desi
yeah,
did.
he did. Yeah,
Made Star Trek. So
yeah.
if
They
it
made,
wasn't for
they made
Desi
Star
Doolittle,
Trek
it'd be Star Trek.
possible.
Yeah. I love.
I'm surprised it
the
wasn't
aliens.
Desi Lucille Enterprise or some shit.
Before Paramount destroyed it, they started it. Yeah.
Well, Robert Orsi and Alex Kurtzman, or just Orsi?
What do you mean when Paramount destroyed it? I don't get that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Okay, so
Desi Lucille.
this is like the early version, this episode of Back There, Frank, and
Yes.
Chance to Dream. It's like those.
Yeah, a lot of Perchance a Dream in there. Yeah,
Is that the one?
one
where
of
the
my
guy-
favorite episodes. Yeah.
Is that the one where the guy jumps out of the window at the end of the episode?
Oh, yeah.
He's just
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah,
gone.
that's a good one.
You might need to narrow that down, but it is.
Yes, there's a
Yeah.
few of them. Bonsai.
Bonsai!
Yeah, that was the first one that really got people's attention. Like that dude literally just went out the window.
Just dove
Like,
out to sugar
yeah,
glass.
But then, like a year later, they're like, "Well, there's the TZ out the window moment." You know, like. But there was a year there where Catch a Dream had the gold crown on that one.
It's first of many. First of many.
Mm-hmm. But
Not the best. Not the
Yeah.
best, but it started it off. It started a revolution.
no, the best is when he was in the hospital and then he steals the hospital van.
Person's Unknown is the best.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to take it. Woo!
yeah. Because when you flee from a hospital, you want to make sure you're in their vehicle with their name on it, so everybody knows where you're from.
Okay, so guy goes is talking to his therapist. His therapist is played by Martin Balsam.
Character actor galore.
Yeah, the guy's great. And he's basically just telling him he has a dream. And every night he goes to sleep. And he wakes up. And he's in Hawaii. And it's 1958. He's at the Imperial Hawaiian Hotel. And he fucking berates the maid every day, apparently. He screams at her so hard she falls in the bed.
This guy's the biggest fucking asshole I've ever seen. This guy's horrible. I hate this guy.
Yeah, he's a charmer.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
so
go ahead and
bad.
play it.
Play
Okay.
it.
It's
By
right,
the end, where you're
So
like,
it- yeah, it's right this moment. This is where it's from. It's pretty early on.
All right, you want to explain the gag now? Excuse me, sir?
I asked you if you wanted to explain the gag. You tell the guy who put you up to this he's on the threshold of a deep wound. You tell him I'm going to take out his teeth one by one. This is October, isn't it?
October, sir? What's October?
30 days has October. April, June, and November. Remember? This month, it's October, isn't it?
October? I don't believe so, sir.
What do you mean you don't believe so? Is it October or isn't it?
It's December, sir. December 6th.
October has 31 days, everybody.
Sure does.
Yeah, October does have 31 days.
And I even Googled it to see if they added a day, maybe like, I don't know.
No, it's always been that way.
No, not always. But I mean, no, back in like I don't want to go back in the time and keeping history. But my point being is like, I don't know if because they were setting up satellites, did they add a day?
Well, no, it's All Hallows Eve because November 1st is All Saints Day. So they tied in together. So yeah, it was the 31st. This has been around for like since before Christendom. Christendom, damn it.
No, you ever notice that October means 8, but it's really the 10th? October didn't always have 31 days in it. They changed it.
Whatever. It had 8 days in it. Okay, fine, you win. It had 8 days in it. October.
No, it was days.
Are you saying there wasn't always a Halloween, Frank?
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, never mind. October means the 8th month of the year, but it's the 10th month of the year because they added 2 months like 500 years ago.
This lousy March weather.
No, that's why they have the leap year to counter that. So you have to do that.
One of my favorite Simpsons jokes.
The 15th day, the 15th hour, the 15th month.
Bottom line is, back in the late 50s, there was 31 days in October.
Don't touch Willie. Good advice. That's part of the joke. Oh, God.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
That's the character we're dealing with the entire hour of this episode, and it just gets worse from there. Don't get any better. He's so annoying.
He is, but you're also kind of like, he does everything wrong. He doesn't go, all right, people, here's where this is going. He doesn't calmly explain to them. Instead, he spends his time screaming at people, drinking heavily, and berating maids, and speaking in like, no. At one point, he forgets how time travel works, and he starts going, you don't know about naming shit from the future, and like you know how time travel works. Why are you so now?
I did like the vice president bit though, because it is true. He had 3 different vice presidents, so it would be confusing even to someone that was alive in '58. I thought that was pretty funny.
This is the kind of guy that would scream at ants for being too small. I mean, he's just. If he lived in our time, he's the kind of guy that would stand in front of the microwave like, come on, I ain't got all day.
What was that line he said where he goes, what are you, a bourbon salesman? I want a vodka, or something like that?
Just he turns every situation into a fight. It's almost magical the way he does it. Like it's like his superpower.
I was so happy when he got shot with machine gun fire. I was waiting for that. Sorry. I was waiting for that.
Somehow 3 planes can see his ass through a window. And then
they shot him like directly, like they're
like headshot with a 50 millimeter.
Actually,
cannon.
This guy is such an asshole that I'm pretty sure that during the briefing before they did the attack, they said, by the way, if you hit this guy too, you guys get extra shore leave, all right, or extra privileges. Or
Admiral Yamamoto wants this prick dead.
Yeah, extra bonus if you kill this guy too while you're killing everybody else.
One guy kamikazes into him,
right?
And if you can find a Ben Affleck and Michael Bay, kill them too.
This is
Josh Hartnett.
This is what made the writing so good. Okay, the character comes off, and Rod writes him as an asshole.
Yeah,
but his main motivation through all of it is to try to make sure that this guy doesn't die tomorrow.
One guy,
right? Yeah.
Because apparently the other 10,000. Well.
At first, though, that
is definitely smart writing. Yeah.
He tried.
He tried.
It was commendable of the lengths he was going to. He was. I think he was trying to get the guy so freaked out and mad because he obviously wasn't going to accept reason at this point, or this guy didn't think that far into it. That's just how he attacks everything, because when you have a hammer, everything's a nail, right? So, it's either one or the other. Rod sure wrote him like that, so I wouldn't put it past him. That's where.
Would you say this is the original Biff Tannen?
Yeah.
It wasn't a redeeming quality that Biff Tannen had. This guy actually had a redeeming
Biff Tannen's at least funny.
Yeah, but
he's unintentionally
he has zero
funny.
empathy. There's no empathy with Biff Tannen at all.
Well, the only reason I say Biff Tannen is because he's calling in the bookies to place bets 5 years in advance. In that one scene,
he's doing that thing. He's like
every dream. He says he has a dream multiple times. So every time he has a dream, he's calling the bookie. Every time, saying like, "Okay, 5 years from now, Princeton's going to win the World Cup. Get me a dime on them." It's like
it doesn't pay
it's
off.
Like,
okay,
who the hell has the odds for that already?
Yeah.
Also, you're so greedy that you have to get rich in your dream. I mean, you can't spend that money once you finally cash out, you moron. You know, it's always going to end the same.
But what's really cool is if you think ahead, you know, the writer, right, Rod Serling. So if you think ahead, Rod Serling in his head, like this is how you make the man look evil. You know, the man is not a good person. So the fact that he wrote him in such a light to where we weren't supposed to like him, because if Rod doesn't want us to like somebody, we won't, because the dude's a dick. But that's what was so interesting about his character arc, was his motivations were really fucking commendable. Went about it way like wrong, but that makes you hate him even more, which is so smart as a writer.
Yeah, it's the guy does nothing but start fights with the bartender and some sailor guy, and then stop the fight by going, "Oh, okay," and then everyone else's self-restraint saves this guy's life for the most part. But he keeps picking on the bartender. He uses the greatest logic I ever heard, which is, "I may sit at the bar. They're like, the bar's full." He's like, "Well, if the president came in here, would he sit here?" He's like, "Yeah, I'd make a spot for him." He's like, "All right, he's not coming, so I'll take his spot." I'm like,
I love that part. I was like, that's a great line.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those role-playing video games where there's always like that one line on there that if you pick it just to start some shit, like if you want to be the bad guy, he always picks that line. You know what I mean? Like the worst thing you could possibly say to somebody as being the first way to start a conversation, just immediately get on their bad side. Like you know to pick that one because I want to go dark side or whatever. So
it's the one in the game that has the fist or the swords.
Yeah, that one.
Fight
exactly. After. He's that guy. He definitely wants everybody to know that I'm going bad side.
I'm a dick and you're all gonna take it.
Yep.
Giggity.
At one point the soldier punches him and then he falls back into the jukebox, and someone else punches him after that. I think it was the bartender.
The bartender just flat out lays him out, man.
I was hoping everyone has gotten a line like a naked.
The bartender, he's the one that ends the fight. Like he didn't want to keep it going. He wanted to just put him out permanently. He laid him out.
When that scene happened, I was back here in my closet grabbing some stuff, and I look back and I see him get punched by the bartender, and he falls back again, and I shadow across his face. I thought his face caved in. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Well, he's got like a big knot in his face because it's like a bruise from the hit. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
I thought
it's the best makeup effect they could get for Westinghouse Theater. So
Yeah, I was surprised.
This looked good.
It did look good. Yeah.
It really, it did. Like I was surprised by the age. To be honest with you. Like how old is
he looks out the window and sees the planes coming. That looked really good.
That scene impressed me.
Rear projection right there. That was pretty good.
Later on in the Twilight Zone, they do that. It looks awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, Westinghouse must have had more money. This was probably a bigger budgeted show. And
I wonder where they got the money from.
Westinghouse with Frederick Aegis?
Those planes coming toward the window was probably my favorite scene because I'm like, that looks fucking realistic.
Well, the way they did the bullet wound, the bullet holes through the window was fucking great. Like you see
head level too. Loved it.
It was great. I was like, oh my god, that's fucking awesome. Like, and he goes, oh, I told you.
What was really cool is that was the second time we saw that scene because the first time we saw it, they didn't shoot him.
No,
the second time that was so cool. It took me by surprise, Yeah,
well, that's what that was the ongoing Martin Balsam theory was. Well, if you died in the past, you die in the present, now wouldn't you? And he goes, but he never got to that point in the dream, I guess, because he dreamt it multiple times, but we never got to that point where he actually lived. He slept through the part where he got shot.
Yeah, I suppose I should set it up a little bit more just in case someone hasn't watched this. It's basically him describing this dream. He goes back in 1941. He's not aware he's in 1941 until stage 2 of the dream. I don't know how this works.
As far as he knows, it's 1958, and then when he wakes up, he's in 1941 in his dream. So
he thinks he's in the 30 days of October. It's 1941. It's supposed to be 1958, but he's there. And he tries to like slowly get people to believe about the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Why would you believe me? It's like I'm thinking about
30 days has November, March, October, and November.
Yeah, I know the
sense.
rhyme. I mean, I know the rhyme he was trying to say. He fucked it up.
No, big time.
Maybe that's why we're supposed to hate him, because he got that wrong.
I agree.
Another thing we're supposed to
isn't. How did it go? How did you say it? Did you say it the right way?
No, I didn't say it. I said I always heard it. 30 days has September,
April, June,
and November. Yeah.
All the rest have 31 except for February 28.
Yeah, we don't count.
It ends very, the song ends very just ugh. But I mean, it gets going nicely and then just falls apart. But it's like, oh, yeah, you're going too well, and then you drop.
Here, let me buy this. Let me buy this couple a drink. They're drinking champagne. Does it look like I'm a bum?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Does it look like I can't count?
This is what I'm saying. The majority of what he does to prevent this catastrophe is tries to save one soldier and his newlywed wife. They've been married for 12 hours, some bullshit, one day. But he's trying to save this one sailor from dying on his ship on the Arizona.
Not really, because didn't he go to the papers?
Yes.
Not yet.
Later, yeah.
At first, he talks to the sailor, and then he wakes up. He talks to Martin Balsam, and Martin Balsam's character slowly starts to tell him this is what Adam was saying, the theory about if you died back then, you die now, and they don't hint at it enough for me. I wish more of the episode was focused on the theory of what else could be going on. It was a couple scenes here and there, not really any of that until the very end. I wish they went back and forth more between Martin Balsam and the 40s.
Yeah,
out more. Otherwise, it's just him yelling at people.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I think part of it too is it's the fact that it's an hour long. Like if you were to turn this down to a regular Twilight Zone episode where it's just 25 minutes or whatever, you would have that. You would cut off all the little side chit chat and the way he drags everything out and just starts.
You wouldn't even have that scene with the maid. That would not even be in this episode.
A lot of that just feels like it's padding. Just
straight up bar.
I love
that. But it's a good scene. He fucking berates that maid.
Well, that's just it. Even the padding is enjoyable, but if you were to cut that out, you'd still would have probably a tighter narrative.
I was surprised too, because usually these old 50s sort of Playhouse theater shit is boring as hell. Usually
that last one I watched with you with the bat.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh fuck.
How transparent was this episode before you found out that? Yeah. I mean, how soon was it before you saw where it was going to go? Because I mean, it was pretty early for me, and then the
third act. Yeah, at least the third act.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think he was going to eat it. That was the one thing that surprised me.
Hold on. Let's go. Frank, you said early.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, right around maybe second scene, I guess, or second half, or second quarter of it. Yeah.
It's 10 minutes into it, you think?
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
Okay.
Dick, what about you?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I figured, he's going back in time because that's just the crux of the show. That's because Twilight Zone informed me that this would be probably the case. So I wasn't this isn't new to me, but I figured. I mean, I didn't realize he was going to be dead at the end of the episode. I figured something was going to happen like that. But the very, very end, we'll talk about later, I think makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm trying to figure it out still.
Okay, great. I'm glad you mentioned that. But you didn't guess that Frank and Dick, did you guess he was going to die and that's the end?
No. I did not think he was going to die.
Frank, what about you?
Yeah.
You thought he was going to die? Okay.
Okay, Adam?
I didn't think he was going to die. I did figure out that was going to be the case before they spelled it out for the audience, but just a little bit before they spelled it out. So I was pretty much keeping up with it before then. So towards the end is when I started to figure it out.
I mean, like in my defense, like I know who's writing this episode, right?
Right.
And I'm a huge fan of time travel esque type of movies and shows, whatever, and especially like it's not the first journey down time travel with Rod Serling. You know what I mean? I just kind of know where he goes with things, So that was kind of my mindset going into it. So then, like pretty early on, I'm like, all right, you know what it was? It was when the lighter, and it was so weird that the guy goes, it won't light. It's like, all right, it doesn't light. Like
we've been smoking a lot. That's funny when he said that because I'm like, yeah, well, that's what Rod Serling does. He smokes a lot.
But people who have it in
3 packs.
Yeah, but people who have like 300 cigarettes in a box next to you, right? 6 of them is not going to kill your big fucking Zippo, right?
Plus, if you have a box with 300 cigarettes in it, you're going to have a little bit more lighter fluid somewhere nearby. Okay,
you're going to have a 5-gallon jug somewhere because it's the fucking 50s,
right?
Smoking 50 people every
day. Get in here.
It just well, like to finish what I'm trying, like that moment was so off jarring to me. I'm like they threw that in there as a plot device later on, and it's going to be, let me guess,
that was Chekhov's gun.
He's going to use it, and it's going to light. That means he's dead because he's going to die in the attack that's coming. And that's
I didn't even make that connection over the lighter.
I can't.
Maybe I didn't pay attention.
Sorry, Dick.
No, I don't think I was paying that much attention to it. I guess
I was really into it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I literally couldn't hear you when you're talking, then I realized you were. Sorry.
It's the medication.
I don't know. I'm not on any meds.
Oh,
I don't know, Frank. I can't figure out your logic. Knowing the logic now, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it,
dead. What?
Right. If he never existed because he dies in the past,
then the lighter would work just fine.
Because he would never exist. Remember when it said no patience in his book?
Okay, so because he was using the lighter during the whole time, so he used up the fluid
until he went further into his dream because he fell asleep at
he
the
was
guy.
Gone. Yeah. Oh, I see where you're going.
I know.
Because he said at one point that's where the dream ends. He never goes past that point, right? And then all of a sudden, now he's sleeping in the psychiatrist's office and he's dreaming again. So because he just talked it out, then he went to sleep. He continued the dream past that, was killed, and therefore never existed. No, and the only person that was just in the Twilight Zone and now is out is the doctor, really. The psychiatrist becomes the main kind of...
This is a weird psychiatrist, too. Like, he just lets a dude fall asleep and then just sits there and watches him. Like, most doctors, you're lucky if you talk to him for more than a minute.
That doctor was a molester.
This isn't the first time he went back and went that
The guy disappeared right in front of him.
No.
Yes.
I mean, for us, but not for him.
Because he was never there to begin with.
Yeah, he was never there. Yeah.
But this psychiatrist, he sure was.
No.
Yeah, but the psychiatrist forgets about it, but he remembers him in a half-assed kind of way.
Yeah, psychiatrist has no idea who this guy is. That's why he looks at his picture and is like, oh,
that's the part that bothers me is the
Yeah,
ending.
and then he lit the lighter again, and he went, huh.
Okay, so here's the thing.
He was aware of it.
The lighter makes no sense as far as what you're saying.
The lighter was out of gas because they smoked a lot between him and the other guy talking, trading stories. As he left the office, he lit the lighter. It was out of lighter fluid while that guy was there.
Yeah.
After he disappeared, the lighter was full again. So the guy was never there. Yeah. So it is kind of
that makes sense.
It's Chekhov's gun. Yeah.
That's my point. Is the lighter doesn't really play into that at all. Past the point where he predicted it.
But he focuses it on it again at the end, so it is.
No. When I was watching it, I went, that was a very odd scene. Like, why would you put that in that the lighter doesn't work? Like, and the way he did it was just too, I don't know, on the nose. It was just something I noticed. That's all. So then towards the end, I'm like, what's up? No, go ahead.
I have a genuine question and concern about what you said earlier. Is he can't get past that part? He doesn't get any further in the dream than he did before, because we see him get to the very end twice at the window.
I'm sorry, I had to go back in time and get my lighter.
Wow.
It's got no fluid in it. It won't light.
Hold on.
Holy shit, you have one?
So this show with just 3 hosts is great, and it's always been just 3.
I'm not the bad guy anymore. It feels so good.
I was doing a time travel joke, not a dick to kick the dick off.
If you want this, $400 eBay. Call me. It's from the show. I promise.
It's the Twilight Zone QVC channel.
Yeah, call me eBay. Because that's how it works.
I wish this was a nice lighter.
Cash for gold.
I've never called anybody.
Well, we have to do the QVC thing and help him sell. You know, that is a really nice lighter. I could smoke about 300 cigarettes right about now.
I would love to do that.
Menthols.
Oh my god. But at the very end when he's at the so Martin Balsam goes to the bar and he sees the guy's picture.
Before that.
Okay.
Let's back up a little bit. What's really down this ending?
Okay.
Oh, I did to how I predicted it. I didn't see the end coming at all. I had my own theory on the side, and I guessed this 19 minutes in because I took notes. And I wrote, let me guess, the sailor is the psychiatrist. I thought that sailor was going to be Martin Balsam.
Oh, you went a whole different route with it. I never thought of that.
That would have been interesting.
Just going through the motions of being like, I don't think that's why I thought I pictured all like a Usual Suspects ending, where he's going, you know how he goes, you had me cued the moment I came in, checking my eyes, and I thought that was going to pay off with him going, I was the sailor that you saved. I'm that guy. I'm alive because of you. And the reason I was looking at you wasn't because I was guessing, it's because I recognized you. Because it was, 25 years ago at this point. I was kind of sad if that was you or not. Wanted to hear your story because I wanted to hear your side of this. That's why I let you keep rambling on and fill the hour of the episode.
Kind of glad they didn't go that way.
That would have been Jordan Peele's episode.
Yeah.
That's what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad it didn't go that way.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a good idea for a lesser show.
But I didn't like this ending. I was like, oh.
I expect it's so Rod Serling, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, because it reminded me of that one episode with Lusitania, where the episode where the guy goes on Lusitania and he keeps telling people, "We have to get off this boat. We have to go off the boat."
I like that one.
That's a good one. But it's the same kind of idea. But then he ends up being he's the captain of the U-boat that blew up the Lusitania. This is his hell, which I love. That's a great concept.
That was like
you're combining 2 episodes, but yeah.
Am I really?
Yeah, you're talking about Judgment Night. We're talking
No.
I know he's talking about. Yeah, you're combining 2 different episodes into. They were both Twilight Zone episodes. Don't get me wrong.
Judgment Night.
It wasn't the Lusitania. That's all.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Judgment Night is he's on a Nazi boat, or
he's a concentration camp.
Boat. Yeah. No.
No. Judgment. I'm sorry. Judgment. That's the other Nazi one.
No,
there's 4 of them.
The Nazi goes on the American boat and tries to tell him not to blow up the German.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Back there is this really terrible episode. It's in my bottom 10, if you remember, where he keeps going back in time and keeps fucking it up. He goes back to stop Lusitania from crashing. He goes back and tries to stop Hitler.
Totally fails.
Yeah, fails at everything. That episode's fucking terrible. Hate that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Murder's Head or Death's Head.
Death's Head Revisited, yeah.
Death's Head Revisited is the one with the concentration camp Nazi.
Yeah.
That's the other one. So yeah, there's like 3 of them. Yeah,
it's my top 3, I think, episodes.
That one you like that one? That's a good one.
Yeah, that and Shadow Player in my top 3.
Yeah, those are good episodes, except for back there. I hate that episode, but yeah, I just expected something more out of this one. Basically, sorry, Dick, you wanted to get to the ending. Go right ahead.
Well, I was because that's the only thing that bothered me was the ending, because he goes and he sees the guy's picture. Jensen is the character's name, who went back in time to Pearl Harbor, the most annoying character ever created by Rod Serling.
Not
Sirloin. Rod Serling. Medium rare.
I started the whole thing.
Well, now he goes to the bar and he lights the cigarette with the lighter, and he goes, time travel, and he sees his picture on the bar, and he says, "Who's that?" "Oh, that guy." And he goes, "No, the other guy." He goes, "Oh, that's blah blah blah. His daddy died in Pearl Harbor." Like, so is that?
No, it was him. He died in Pearl Harbor.
No, but was it? No, he said his daddy died in Pearl Harbor.
No, he said he died in Pearl Harbor.
You rewind that. Go back. I think he said his daddy died in Pearl Harbor 17 years ago.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. But he says he died in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why is it the same picture? He looks like he's the same age.
Because it was picture from then, I guess.
I mean, granted, this is the 40s, and 20-year-olds look like 58-year-olds, but I mean, granted, this is that time period. Are you rewatching it?
All right, here it is.
Well, his daddy died in Pearl Harbor. That's what I heard. So I don't know.
So Martin Balsam is just sitting there, and then he just not Jansen, the guy fired Jensen. He just vanishes, and while Martin Balsam's doing that,
deep cuts.
So he disappears, and then Martin Balsam's kind of like, "Oh, why am I sitting here?" He kind of wanders around.
Yeah.
But here's the bartender. Let me fast forward this a little bit, y'all. He looks at the lighter and he's blah blah blah. Here's that scene. Sorry, let me share it to the screen because nobody's gonna sue us over this. I just realized I could do that.
Yeah, here it is.
Something wrong?
It's freezing.
No. Who's the guy in the picture?
Him?
No, the other picture.
Well, that's Pete Jensen. He used to tend bar here. No?
Jensen? No. Just looked familiar, that's all. Where's he now?
He's dead. He was killed at Pearl Harbor.
Okay, that's what it was. That doesn't make any sense, though.
No,
why would his picture still be up 17 years later?
He's a 10 bar here, that's why.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
At one point, when he first went in there, he says, "I used to be a bookie and I used to be a bartender." Can you believe that?
Yeah.
So they did kind of set it up, but
yeah, I know, but it's the same picture. He was 40 years older.
I have a question.
You're right, Dick. They should have called him 20 years prior to this. Say, yo, you're going to be on a TV show in 20 years, but we need to get some continuity straight.
They could have gotten.
Let me get a picture of your ass.
I have a question. Why the fuck? He never tended bar there. He got drunk there and bartender beat him up. He didn't live long enough to tend bar.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like he died 17 years ago in Pearl Harbor.
It's he was bartender back then.
Yeah, but who cares?
I do look at this as growing pains for Rod's writing capabilities.
It is.
To be honest with you.
Okay, let me ask you this: who does time travel better, Star Trek or Twilight Zone? I just want to know because these little causality loops have been dealt with better. Yeah,
Star Trek.
Star Trek has a group of people that talk about this and are super into that shit. Rod Serling just likes it as an idea. Like if I wrote time travel, it wouldn't be super science. It would just be like as an idea.
Yeah.
Well, his is always more a morality tale. It's always based on a morality. It's always more about.
It's not so much about the time travel. It's about an asshole guy.
Yeah.
Starts to give a shit about somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all character driven.
He's grasping with that concept in his own way, and that's what I like about the episode for sure.
And that's why I don't break down the time travel. Doesn't make any I don't really.
Yeah, because in Rod Serling's they usually don't make any sense.
Yeah, because that's why I was like, if I really wanted to pick this thing apart with the time travel, and like I said, I'm a big fan of it. I'd be here for an hour picking it apart piece by piece.
That was probably Westinghouse's way of letting the audience know that it wasn't a dream. He actually did go back in time, and this happened. He was going back in time on a regular basis.
It's like Endgame, Avengers Endgame, where you can watch it and go, that time travel makes no sense. But that's not what it's about. They even go, fuck that. Don't even worry about it. You're kind of like,
well, they even say that in the movie. Yeah, they even say, like, Back to the Future. No, fuck you.
Remember Back to the Future? We're just going to fucking do that shit.
Yeah. No,
explosions!
Yeah.
Look at him titties, Scarlett Johansson.
But it's not what the movie's about, is what I'm getting at. Like this episode, it's not about the time travel.
Yeah, time travel is not the running theme of the story. It's not even a little bit. It's just used just right to where it's like this isn't a Twilight Zone episode. So if it was a Twilight Zone episode, I think they would have, who knows, used it a bit more.
No, don't get me wrong. I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It gets away with the time travel elements because you can just go, that's how it works in the dream. So go fuck yourself in your rule.
Yeah.
Because
this isn't hard sci-fi that you're watching.
Right. This was pre any sci-fi, really. So you didn't have a lot of competition for this sort of thing.
And that's why
I was watching this though.
Hey, I had my thinking cap on with Vic Morrow going back in time. We'll get into that later.
Christ.
We're talking about time travel that makes no sense.
Can't wait.
My head hurts. Oh.
Can't wait to discuss that tragedy.
Have you watched that video?
Yeah. I spent an hour watching the documentary on it. Wow, did I not know any of that? Yeah.
There's actual footage of that you can watch?
Watch it.
Yep.
Oh my fuck! Well, I have to do that as soon as we're done because I'm sick like that.
Dude, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I just went down a rabbit hole. I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know it existed.
We'll talk about that next.
Okay.
Frank, I agree with you. I went down a rabbit hole as well one day, and I was like, let's watch. And I didn't know you could actually watch the video, and I was like, oh, I wish I didn't watch that because Vic Morrow, whatever. It's the two kids he's holding. That's the problem. They're in his arms. He's running. It's fucking brutal. Dick, you've seen this, right?
I haven't seen it, but I know what happened.
Oh my god, dude! 2 out of 3 were decapitated.
Yeah, no, I know what happened. Yeah, no, but I thought they destroyed
it, dude.
I thought they destroyed the footage.
They had to release it because it went to trial.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
If you release it, then it's out there forever. Yeah.
Well, even after the trial, I would think it would be destroyed because
there were 2 trials.
The Crow, the Brandon Lee stuff is gone. You cannot find that. It is burnt. It is destroyed.
I don't know if that actually went to trial though. Brandon Lee stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I think that's the difference.
I don't think it. But
no.
We'll talk about this next. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, we're all doing it.
Guilty.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all really enjoyed this episode. There's not much more to say about it, and now we're starting to geek out over the movie that we're about to do. So
you're right. But I just want to quickly say, first time he goes to the window, he goes, "You didn't believe me. Here it comes." And the planes are coming, and you hear, and he wakes up. The next time he's doing the same thing, but he gets shot by like the most accurate pilot gunman in history, who hits him with 5 bullets and blows him the fuck away. The shot of the angle that it has him on is just like outside the window. It's fucking cool looking. I like this episode. I thought
it was a great shot.
I thought it was gonna be terrible. I was not looking forward to this, and I enjoyed it all the way through.
Yeah,
it had some problems. I'm not saying it's perfect, but
it's 58. I mean,
yeah, I see why they gave him his own show after this.
I see why Desilu did science fiction because they gave a shit about it and they put quality and they put money into it. So you got to give them credit for that.
Yeah,
I just like the fact that Lucy had to stick her fucking face in at the end because she just couldn't take it. She couldn't let Desilu have his time by himself.
Yes,
fucking selfish bitch.
Yeah, she wants to keep the 14-inch hog happy, Dick.
Before we get to Lucy and Desi, as far as this episode goes, when it ends, I forgot I was going to go with this because all I can think about now is Desi's stupid
hog. This big, luscious Cuban sausage.
Oh, Martin Balsam is the one.
Oh, speaking of 14-inch cock,
I got to thinking.
I finally got out to break.
Yeah, you got his sausage. That's all I can think about now. Wow. But Martin Balsam is the one that's the victim of the Twilight Zone here because he's sitting there going, like it almost transfers the curse over to Martin Balsam because this guy doesn't exist anymore, and Martin Balsam's like, this guy looks familiar. Wasn't I dealing with some dude? I like that it just transfers over. Frank's dying of a massive coronary over there. Let's go ahead and continue.
Sorry.
No, but Martin Balsam's in a bunch of Twilight Zone episodes, isn't he?
Cubed Cuban sausage.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up, Dick. Let me go over a couple things.
Yes.
First of all, did you guys like that it transfers over to another guy, and that's what we're left with? We're not following our main character, who's annoying as fuck. We're following Martin Balsam, who's an amazing actor.
I like that. Yeah.
Maybe it's better, dude.
I like that.
I don't think I could have taken much more of him.
This is why, Frank, I love the new exhibit episode that you didn't really care for that much. I love that episode because it's Martin Balsam.
Mm.
Is that Mountain Dew tea? What the fuck are you drinking?
It looks like
yeah, like isn't that weird? Why is that?
What is that?
So gross looking.
Did you just like jizz in a bottle and?
Yeah, Mountain Dew 3-week-old jizz.
I am not joking. This is supposed to be green. It's green. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's green. It's not yellow. What the fuck is going on with my camera?
That's the camera.
You know what's funny? Your yellow poster behind you looks yellow. Like
I know. Yeah, I'm not even joking.
It's the angle.
The camera's missing the red. Because if you look, it's got on Mario, he's orange. The red's fucked up. Your red and blue are fucked up on your camera. Your green, your yellow's fine. That's so weird.
And why is your face purple?
You got Thanos that doesn't have the nut section.
Your face ain't purple, dude. I'm just fucking with you.
A couple quick things. Because I'm a dork and I go deep into this shit. I had to look at every single cast member of this episode. So the director, Alan Reisner, he directed, Frank, pay attention, Mr. Denton on Doomsday. Is he going to send us a picture of his fucking Mountain Dew? I'll trust you that it's green.
Taking a selfie on the show. That's a new fucking low, man.
We've all been around Mountain Dew.
You don't think I don't know what Mountain Dew looks like? It just looks crazy. Look,
it does. It looks like tobacco juice mixed with semen.
It looks like
duck face.
I don't want to drink it now, seeing what it looks like there, because
Okay. Martin Balsam also stars in a new exhibit in the 60mm Shrine. He's also in Rod Serling's script, a movie of the script, 7 Days in May, directed by
Frankenheimer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Fuck you.
The bartender, Jesse White.
We couldn't go the entire episode, could we? Episode 1.
I know it's been a long time, but it ain't been that long. I'm not falling for your tricks.
White. Frank, do you remember this bartender from After Is Coming? He
plays yeah.
He's also in Once Upon a Time. The what's his name episode? The silent guy. I can't think of his name.
Buster Keaton.
Thank you. Why couldn't I think of his name?
Yeah.
Don Kiefer, who plays Hannafy, is in From Agnes with Love, Passes Down to Lady Anne, and It's a Good Life. Carol Ann Kearney, Edna, in this is in the episode 90 Years Without Slumbering. She plays the granddaughter.
Wow.
Arlette Robinson, Mr. Gibson, is in To Serve Man and Back There, the episode we mentioned earlier. And lastly, the second bartender at Andy's, he's listed as Paul Berner Bayar, is in He's Alive and When the Sky Was Opened, which is also so that kind of reminds me of this a little bit.
Yeah, like you know how Tom Elliott would say constantly, one of the hardest working actors of the day. You start to see all these people in this time period of TV and everything, and it's funny how Tom nails that goddamn quote. And I don't watch too much old shit like this, but then as I've gotten more into the weeds of it, I'm like, he ain't kidding. I mean, these people got like 90, 100 credits to their name over a 10-year span. Like, they fucking killed it out there.
That's why I wish the Twilight Pwn didn't do that MST3K reference thing, because I could be all over that.
Oh, dude, I really want to watch Hitler so bad because it seems like every single character in the Twilight Zone played some part in this movie called Hitler with it's Hitler with an exclamation point.
Exactly. I want to see that, but
I just don't want to search for it on the internet because I don't want to have that. I don't know. Like, cool. Excited to search this name.
Sorry, I have to mention one more thing before we get to Dick and the Desilu wrap up. Is the drunk at the bar is Joe DeRita, and if you don't recognize him, he replaced Curly Joe for his brother Shemp in the Three Stooges. He's the new Curly Joe later on.
Oh,
if you don't recognize him now, you do probably.
That's because you don't recognize him when you see him there.
Yeah, I mean, I did once. I was like, oh yeah, that is him. I watched a lot of Three Stooges growing up.
Well, okay, so not the bald one, or
he's the second Curly after Curly died.
And Curly was the woo guy, right?
Yeah, Shemp came in, Curly came in, second.
And Mo. Right. It was always Mo and Shemp, right?
It was Mo, Larry.
Mo, Larry.
And then Shemp left, Curly came in. I think this is the order. And then Curly left, second Curly came in. This guy's second Curly.
Never seen him.
Yeah. Curly Joe.
Curly Joe, yeah.
Yeah. Curly Joe sucked.
Yeah.
He sucked.
Was he the end? Was he the end guy? Like
he's the last one. After that, they all fucking died. So
Yeah, because I mean, I watched a lot of them, but I don't ever remember watching one that didn't have.
Curly Joe was the star of this episode.
no, he was the drunk at the bar.
Okay,
he was later on.
Because I thought this was Curly Joe at the moment he woke up in the hospital in the hotel room. At first, I was like, "Is that fucking Curly Joe?" Because he had hair, but he had like his hair was slicked back. I was like, "Wait a minute, I think it looks familiar," and it wasn't him. So.
The guy later on.
Later on, yeah, just magically he's the same fucking episode.
It's like, has this guy ever had a headache before in his life? Does he?
You were having a premonition that a certain actor was going to show up on the set.
Apparently, I got a psychic ability.
Fulfill your intuition, sir.
A worthless psychic ability for shitty actors and.
I was just going to say, what a talent you got!
Yeah, Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ! I mean, some people, they can, chew gum and walk, and
yeah. Young Pat Morita is going to show up in this episode that I didn't see before. There he is.
God. It sounds like you want to talk about the ending after the episode.
Yes, the post-credit scene.
You guys have more to say about that than I do, so go ahead.
Well, I just thought it was funny. It was a commercial. It's like that great Christmas story. A commercial? Son of a bitch. It's like
back then they didn't have product placement, so you would have to have the host talk about the merchandise.
I understand, yes.
It's still funny.
What's funny is YouTube is exactly that now because of their horrible algorithm and they stopped paying everybody. That every YouTube video has to do this now. We went back.
I use ExpressVPN because it blocks all the trolls from attacking my channel. Yeah.
Have you played any new games yet? Shane Ratto Legends. Oh, you can use this.
Yeah, this cell phone game is legit, man. It's great. I play this all the fuck bullshit you do.
Yeah, right.
These women. And
$1,000
going in from PayPal.
That shit.
Right. Yeah. Just making it rain. Yeah, fucking I downloaded an app and shit. Like, the fuck?
Smash that like button.
We had a nice 4 to 5 year window there where we didn't see commercials because when it went to YouTube and shit before it got like severely monetized, there wasn't a whole lot of commercials.
No,
and then now it's all there because of apps that you get on your phone and YouTube videos and
if you subscribe, I'm not suggesting do this, but I don't have the commercials because I back when they had that YouTube Red, if you subscribed for Google Play Music, which no longer exists by the way, Really? It came with a free YouTube Red subscription. And so when Cobra Kai was coming out, I could watch that. And also it removes all the commercials. Yeah. So now they've done away with Google Play Music and they've integrated it as YouTube Music, which is fucking weird. YouTube can't never figure out what the fuck they want to do. Ever. All right. But they just grandfathered my subscription over to that. So all of my YouTube videos don't have commercials in them.
Well, YouTube's worthless because they could never sell. Nobody ever bought them. So
show. Like, they don't make any money. They never made any money. That's the problem. They fucked that all up. So
people tried to sell Twitter and no one bought it because it was like, what's it for?
They punished everybody that made their platform for it as a result.
That's what happened.
Community Season 6 on YouTube screens was a blast.
Oh,
huge success.
Yahoo TV, is that what it was? Yahoo TV or
YouTube TV? Yeah.
No, it's Yahoo because Yahoo had their own. Yeah. Oh god, it was fucking terrible.
I felt the same way about YouTube though. Like both of them, like I would never do you.
Oh hell no, I would never buy anything.
YouTube dipped their tiny toe into the streaming war and then dipped right the fuck back out. Like within a month, they were done.
Yeah, they were done. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. No one gives a shit.
Here's a season of Cobra Kai, and everybody's like, "Wait, I got to do what to watch it?" Well, fuck that. I'll just take your word for it.
They had two shows. Really good. They had Rob Hubel had a show called "Do You Want to See a Dead Body," which is fucking hilarious. Another show was called Ryan Hansen Solves Murders on Television or something like that. Solves Crimes on Television. That show's pretty funny too. But I downloaded them, so I don't ever need to watch them on YouTube.
Well, there you go.
No. Oh, we're live on YouTube. Shit.
Oh, God, no!
Adam, you are a pirate.
We're going to get shot with Japanese strafe fire right now.
But I mean, like, I've been paying for YouTube Red for years. Well, I love it.
You guys want to pick a can and get out of here?
Yes.
All right, cool. Enjoy your Jizz tobacco water. And
I cannot look into the camera and drink that. It almost made me disgust. Like I went.
It does. It looks like you peed in a jar and maybe jizzed a little bit in it, and then just let it sit around for about 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, here's Frank's picture. Wow, that is disturbing.
That's what. Yeah.
It's green.
Let me ask you this: do you have your green screen? Go into your camera settings. Do you have your green screen enabled?
That's
probably what it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go into your settings
You
and
have
turn
no
that off.
green behind you at all. Hold on. Look at the Pink Floyd. There's no green. Adam's right.
Yeah, your green. That's why it looks all fucked up.
Look, it's gonna be good now.
All right, go on.
Yeah, go to the little gear.
Oh, I see the green screen thing.
Yeah, and then go to green screen, and then click none if you want that to turn off.
Jizz tobacco water.
Yeah, and then you can show everybody that you're not actually drinking jizz. Hey, there you go. Opa!
He finished the jizz and he brought up. He just has a second bottle below the screen. Below the camera. Hey!
And now the Pink Floyd record has an extra layer of spectrum behind it.
An extra stripe.
And it never existed. Your jizz stuff never existed.
Oh my God! Frank disappears.
Yay!
You guys remember that guy named What was I talking about?
Who? He was right here. You knew him. You knew him, didn't you? You knew who he was.
We didn't have any extra. We didn't have any extra persons on tonight. With fuck you. Who the fuck is Frank?
There was only 3 pilots in that ship. No, there was another one. There was only 3 pilots. No.
Hey, your sweatshirt's green. I genuinely had no idea. You got up early. Go. That's fucking ugly.
Behind you.
Yeah. We thought you just peed on the sweatshirt and threw it on.
Adam, before we went live, we're sitting there. I went, ew. I saw your sweatshirt. It's because there's no green.
Sweatshirt needed to be cleaned.
There's fucking one behind you. We're only
Go on your chair. Go on your chair.
It's not a sweatshirt. It's a blanket.
There you go.
Oh, okay. That's why he's so confused.
Wow.
See, Adam has no green because he has the green screen filter on. Stop showing your blanket. Nobody cares.
Billy.
Me binky.
There was 4 of us, I swear.
Please do that every time I kick someone off.
Don't you remember his name?
Don't you remember?
Don't you remember Scotty?
Frank who?
Jangles.
Which one is that?
We used to have Jangles.
Jenner.
Westinghouse.
Genitals.
Genitals. That's it. He works at a bank. Don't you know this?
You gotta believe me.
He's the manager at a bank. I swear to God. Where's a window I can throw myself out of?
Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's get out of here. Do we want to say? Do you recommend people to watch this?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. 100%.
I don't think we really need to give it a score because it's just either you watch it or you don't.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I go 7.5.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Yeah, I'd say that's true. Yeah.
LIWstudios.com. LIW The TZ Review on Twitter.
All that matters to me.
Apology Pod on Twitter. Frank?
Well, IndyCar's coming. We're the 24th Daytona's coming up this weekend, so check out 3 of the drivers will be on my show this weekend or this week. The Indy Sports Car Podcast. Check it out.
I've been reviewing The Expanse on RaidersOfLostFlicks.com or my YouTube channel, Raiders of Lost Flicks.
I just do this shit, so whatever.
I just do whatever you guys tell me to do. So.
I'll just show up when you guys have a show on. I'll show up.
I do what you do to say, Drill Sergeant.
I'm going to do a new segment called Dick Pics. Dick Pics, LIW Anthology Pod.
There you go.
Do anthology shows on Wednesday tomorrow.
Oh, is Tomorrow They Live? I'm sorry.
And also, yes, we're doing They Live. So LIW John Carpenter review.
Sadly, I will have to miss that.
That's tomorrow night. Okay.
Yeah, we can discuss it again, Adam. Not a problem.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's a movie that I love, so I can watch it anytime.
I have watched it, so I can totally discuss it, but I can't.
Well, part of the fun of this show, LIW, not this show that we're on, but John Carpenter review is we can just discuss them ever. If we want to do 5 episodes on They Live, we'll do it. Whatever you guys want to do, I don't give a shit. I'm here.
We should do another episode on what do you call it? Mouth of Madness.
Why?
I don't know.
We covered that.
I know, but we could do 2 more.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, I like that movie
Talk
too.
about other movies first.
It comes to Carpenter, man. If I'm not doing something else, I'm totally down. Yeah.
I started because all three of us like Carpenter.
How about The Thing? Yeah.
The Thing is like a 20 episode thing.
The whole
we could do a few
Apocalypse trilogy. Yep.
Well, the only problem with The Thing is it's been talked to fucking death. What else are we going to say about it? Like,
have fun doing
It's
it.
just fun to talk about it.
with our own style, because I think
but that'd be one great episode. Don't get me wrong; it's gonna be a fun episode. But the second one, we'd be like,
this would be the third one.
I would just talk like Will.
But have you fuckers seen Prince of Darkness? There's one that doesn't get talked about enough.
That's true. We could do Prince of Darkness twice.
I haven't seen that in quite a while.
Prince of Darkness is genuinely unsettling. It's not one of his best, but it's definitely worth watching.
Well, it's cheap. That's why it's a low budget,
but it's effective.
It's very good.
In a while, I don't remember it. But
oh yeah, the Thing's budget was astronomically out there.
Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Thanks.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Sorry, I put you guys in the wrong order. So long, citizens. There, we're good now.
No, I don't like that. I'm usually over there.
Yeah, he's the fucking new guy. He goes last, not me.
He does go last. That's why he's over there. We go clockwise.
Oh, that's right.
I don't like that.
I forgot it was clockwise. Well, we did it in the right order anyway.
We did it in the right order. You guys did everything right. I fucked up. So
it doesn't matter.
I don't like
it. I think the three of us.
It's better.
Honestly, I think when Phoenix, me, and Adam are together, it's just kind of like it flows real quick, you know.
Yeah. So Dick knows he always goes last because he likes to scream his name and it makes me laugh.
it's funny. Yeah, I just want to say my name real quick. Like, I don't think that's fun. I'm just so used to saying it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm it's like burned into my memory, you know. Like every show, that's burned in my memory.
While we're still recording, Dick's the new fourth mic. He's officially on the show now.
Oh,
it's the four of us.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, because Jangles or what the fuck his name was is gone.
Who? You don't own the same 30 hats, do you?
No. Carlin, whatever his name was.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Janskin.
There's never no Jansen on this fucking show.
You went to his wedding. You went to his wedding. I'm telling you, you were the best man at his wedding. You remember that?
Are you sure? Yeah.
No.
Just
our LIW Studios tech support.
Oh, hold on. I have this button here. What's it say?
Jansen's loitering in Wonderland, thinking he's too cool for this podcast.
Why do I have that? Who the fuck is it talking about?
Somebody noticed a trend about halfway through his tenure.
I had that button from the first
Twilight Zone. Why would I watch that?
When I first got the Stream Deck, I put that on there. All right, guys, let's take a 5-minute break. Oh, hey, Jansen. Oh, hey.
Is he on here?
Yeah, he's in.
That guy died in 1941.
No, seriously, I love that guy. In all seriousness,
he shows up right at 9:11 my time. What are the odds?
Dude, Jansen, rewind this, man. We just shit all over you for 5 minutes.
Jansen just goes, I literally just randomly joined in and you're talking shit.
We've been doing it all show, though, so it's okay.
I can't tell if Dick thinks we're actually serious and talking trash about Jansen. No, he's a...
No. I understand things.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You look like you're confused or something. I just want to make sure.
No, it's just every day.
Okay. He called it you fucks.
Yo, Jackson came home yesterday, buddy. He's finally out of the hospital 69 days later. So happy.
That looks kind of like a manager's haircut. What do you think?
I know. What happened to his beard?
Is that his banking badge picture, or what is that?
Let me speak to your manager.
Karen. Fucking bitch.
What do they call it if you're a Karen but you're not like a female? What do they call that? A Craig or
I think it's a Troy or it's a
Chad.
Chad.
It's Chad. Frank looked at the screen.
Chad.
We got a nice
Mission boy.
This is when you told him.
Oh, thanks. Right on, buddy.
Then he said this. But then he said this. I didn't realize how much feedback Adam had. When he muted himself, I hear no feedback now.
USP, like.
Hey, he's drinking green Mountain Dew.
Adam, unmute yourself for a second. Are you here? Do you guys hear how quiet it is now?
Yeah, it's very quiet.
Crazy. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Maybe it's cold. He has a big heater on. Because I turned mine off and I'm cold.
It's cold here too. It snowed yesterday here.
Fucking cold. Yeah, I saw that.
It's the one thing with the USB mics. They pick up. They have a big condenser to them. Yeah, they pick up a lot of background noise.
Oh yeah, my parents are looking to buy property in Arizona.
Ooh,
possibly. So I don't know. Prescott.
Okay, that's a. Okay,
that's
2 hours away.
Isn't that 2 hours south of Phoenix?
No, it's north.
It's up, yeah. It's more in the middle, I think.
Tucson, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's south.
I don't know
there.
that well.
Yeah, Tucson's south, isn't it?
Tucson is southeast of here.
Yeah, isn't that where the biggest airplane junkyard is? Like right next there.
I think so.
Because yeah, you go on Google Maps and you go in Tucson. Literally, I mean, you can't miss it. It's like 7 times the size of Tucson. It's just airplane junkyard, like all around. You
can from Conair.
Was
that it? Was that the place?
No, it's a bit more organized than that because it's there's military jets there and shit. Like,
okay.
You can spot the F-14s that exist. You can spot all types of different, all different types of shit.
I'm still here. We're on a break.
It says live. We're still on.
Yeah, people are still watching this, I think.
I doubt if anybody's watching, but it's live.
Well, yeah.
Live, but we're taking a minute between shows.
Yeah. I got to pee.
I get it. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, he doesn't, because you have to literally start a new stream.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
I'll just have a little glass of water.
Please turn your mic off if you leave. Jansen, what are you wearing? Jansen.
Are we going to have to listen to
Adam,
Dick
you have your
rub
fan on, don't you?
No, we're gonna listen to Dick rub one out, aren't we?
Adam, do you have your fan on?
No.
Really?
There's literally no fan on in my room.
What is that noise?
It sounds quiet still.
You hear that?
Oh, yeah, it's quieter now. Now it's real quiet. Well, before when he muted, it was quieter.
Huh?
It's not me.
Hanson, shut up.
Let me mute.
No, it's definitely Adam.
I just unmuted. So yeah, it's Adam.
Adam's gonna unmute and it's gonna be loud.
Yeah.
Adam, unmute. There it is again.
There it is, yeah. Crazy, Jack.
You know what's funny, Adam? It's not crazy, but when you turn off your mic, it's like, whoa. But when it's on, I don't really I ignore it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I can't I can't hear anything.
Yeah. It's just
weird. I have my ceiling fan going on, but
it might
it's
be
like
that. I don't know.
Way behind me. Otherwise, there would be no air in here at all.
Yeah, it's not distractingly loud, but when you turn it off, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. All right, because that's the only fan that's on. Is the ceiling fan. Maybe my mic's just the sensitivity's up a little too high.
Boom, 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 boom.
Turn the gain down a little bit. Is that better?
Yeah. A little bit.
Okay. Cool. Just the gain was up just a little too high.
I'm in this episode.
Is he?
No, he's not.
No, I'm sorry. He should have been.
You blew it!
He should have been in the Twilight Zone movie. It would have made sense. Especially with the John Lithgow one. There it is. That nice. Look at that. George Miller episode. Or segment.
He's very talented, George Miller.
He just doesn't do enough. It's kind of weird. His filmography is very strange.
Fury Road was the last movie I saw in a theater that was so good, like it brought tears to my eyes, man.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is like way better than it should be.
Yeah.
Dick, let me see your dick. I have him too. Yeah. Oh, you have a different one. That's
this is McFarlane. This is new.
Yeah.
What one do you got, Phoenix? That one actually looks pretty good.
Is that vintage?
It's those cheap ones you can buy for like $1.50 at every toy store.
Oh, okay. That must be the new one. Yeah.
No, they're old as shit.
I was going to say that one looked pretty good.
That's motion picture. Yeah. That's
the original one I had wasn't that articulate. So
no, this is a McFarlane.
It also has from the cage.
Oh yeah.
I got all the Next Generation ones too.
Ah. I picked up some Mego ones not too long ago. I got a bunch of Mego Star Trek now.
Yeah, but do you fuckers have this?
They used to.
I actually do.
I don't have it anymore.
It's in the closet. Whoa, shit. I don't have that.
It's a model.
I have one this tall.
I got a few of them here.
Yeah.
I got too much shit.
I haven't found mine in a while. It's missing. Wow. Looks like he's on a gun.
Oh, God.
Let's start here. Frank, as far as clips go, what do you have for this?
Nothing.
Okay.
Not the decapitation of 2 innocent children?
No.
No, I watched an hour documentary on that. So as far as new information about that, I'm very up to date with it.
I like that last one that Jansen just said. It's a bunch of virgins, I swear to God.
Yeah, I know.
We're showing off our Star Trek toys.
Our toys are very good indeed.
I'm sorry, it's Star Trek Voyager. Actually, it's Star Trek a Voyager?
Hold on. Let me see Jansen here.
It's the quantum slipstream drive.
His glasses fell off, but here's Jansen. Go with mine.
Wow.
This kills
He
me.
looks like an Irish Jew.
Wow.
That stole my job.
Oh, is that what happened? Oh, that's
on here.
Wow. This is some deep behind inside baseball talk now.
So this is going to be the longest one. So this is what the die chose. Here we go. Ready? Theme song.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our leader.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I shall talk to you about glorious conformity, about the delight and the ultimate pleasure of our unified society.
Well, Miss Powell, you're looking as beautiful as ever. You make an old doc wish you were a young intern.
Just as beautiful as you were when you were a little girl. I had quite a crush on you. I lived in the same apartment building.
She moves fast for a big one.
No. I just killed my wife.
How come? You be dead. You're a silly, old fool of a man.
Oh, stop treating me like a retarded child or something.
How come you don't make my legs well?
Because then I wouldn't have the fun of carrying you. Oh. For a young boyfriend.
Something wrong with her. I know she's not deaf or dumb or retarded or anything.
How is my favorite attractive young widow?
Perfect, as always.
Are you describing yourself, Mr. West?
Let the mistress decide. There is no God.
Viva, 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 viva.
Viva Clemente.
I'm here, Lord.
And I agree with you about what they call music. Why don't you play some?
It's a lot of work.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW The Twilight Zone review, episode 215. 4. Twilight Zone the movie from 1983. Here's my
Look
laser
at
that I spent
that.
trying to find.
Is that a laser disc?
I have a fucking laser disc.
Jesus.
Wow.
The stills are. You get a little bit of a. It's a Good Life. You get a little bit of Kick the Can.
Can.
And then you get John Lithgow. They do not show John Landis the segment on this at all.
Shock of all shocks.
Now, did he direct the very first segment, which actually I think is my favorite segment, the opening with Albert Brooks and Dan Aykroyd?
Great question. Let's get into this. I'm
Okay.
West, by the way, according to Jansen.
I'm Brian Wicks.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
I'm a big fat sad virgin, according to Jensen Carlin.
Apparently.
Yeah, right. Sure, manager.
So this is Twilight Zone from 1983. Okay, it's 5 segments, like Dick was hinting at. We got 4 official segments, 1 wraparound segment. That's kind of the connective tissue between them. Doesn't really pay off the way they were originally planning on, which was intersecting characters and stories. Instead, after a little Vic Morrow thing, they just scrapped everything and went, "Fuck it, let's just get this movie done." Nobody wanted any participation in this movie after that. They just wanted to finish it and go, yes, and let's get away from that. There's supposed to be sequels, never came out.
It's like
I'm actually surprised they even kept his segment in the movie. They probably should have just taken it out and made something new, put that in.
Well, you got to do it for Vic Morrow because it's a good performance.
It's your last performance. It is a good story. I will tell you that.
Good,
I actually like the segment. From what they salvaged, they made a good story out of it.
And Vic Morrow is good. He's so good in that part. He's very
really
good
in it.
Yeah,
he's committed. Yeah.
They took a shit episode and made a great premise out of it. Unfortunately, ended just horrible tragedy. But I mean, E for effort.
Well, all the information that I read on it, you guys are probably going to correct me, and I want you to. Trust me. It's an original. They bill this as an original segment, but it's loosely based on a couple of other episodes, right? But they still
but Quality of Mercy is like the real driving one behind
and
it.
Death's Head Revisited, right? A little bit of that.
I thought that was originally based on that, but no, it's just Quality of Mercy.
Okay, because I'm just going off what I read off IMDb, and that was what they listed. They listed those two as the.
You could, I suppose, because but that's nitpicky. Then you can throw.
But in the credits, they list that as an original segment. It's not an actual episode of Twilight Zone.
Right.
But to answer Dick's question, John Landis directed the opening segment, which is a lot of fun. It gets you into the movie. It's
the
Dan Aykroyd. I never thought. I want to say Dan Aykroyd saves this movie. Something no human has ever said out loud. Dan Aykroyd and Albert.
No, because
Dan Aykroyd has lost his fucking mind. By the way,
they set up the mood.
He was always fucking crazy.
He's certifiable, but yeah, they set the mood and tone for this movie perfectly. Hey, remember a thing? They're just flat out telling you this is nostalgia trip. Go on this nostalgia trip with us.
Yeah, they're singing along the CCR, and then at one point they start talking. They start humming theme songs back and forth, and they're guessing it. It's a fun game when you're 6 or 7 or somewhere on there, not 30. But
this is 1983.
You forgot that important little point that the Midnight Special song that they're singing got eaten by the tape deck, which is why I'm fucking glad that tapes aren't a thing anymore, because they did do that and it was terrible. Tapes
I just bought this.
Sucked.
Yeah. I just bought this damn
thing. On the radio doesn't work.
There's nothing more horrible than when you hear that sound and then all of a sudden tape starts shooting out of the fucking side of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't miss that at all.
Nope.
You think
fuck all that?
Some Blues Brothers songs, and that would really tie it in.
I had a large collection of cassette tapes, and I got rid of them. And I don't fucking miss them. I don't give a shit.
Fuck. That was the worst.
I've replaced all of them with CDs, and I'm fine with that.
So did you stay?
I still have some cassette tapes, but CDs are just bad. If you had a car in Michigan where I grew up, it was
You can fix a CD a lot easier than you can fix a cassette tape. That's for sure.
Cassettes came back because of that fucking Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Like for a brief time, cassettes had a comeback, and I swear to God, it was a real thing. Like they were on the charts again. 1 million sold, like 1 million copies.
What kind of asshole collects outdated media?
Get the fuck out of here.
Laser discs, records, vinyl. Yeah, vinyls don't count though, because vinyls are cool.
Outdated. What do you mean? They don't count
outdated music? It's not outdated.
This is a book. There's like paper in there with words on them and pictures. It's definitely outdated. Yeah,
a book? What the fuck is that? That
book.
picture book?
You
That
trying
picture?
to read? You
fucking Jew.
Hopping down the rainforest.
What?
Space Jam? What?
What did Frank say?
Chopping down the rainforest for your big book.
Killed about 50 trees to make that book.
Fuck you, Amazon. Literally.
Fuck you, Kindle.
Amazon Prime. I'll tear it down, rip it apart.
Yeah. Okay, so the movie. After the
Yes.
first segment, we see our first segment, which is called Time Out by John Landis. He directed this segment, and it's got Vic Morrow. He comes into like some weird southern country western bar, and he's talking about the Jews. He took his job, and the blacks moved in next door, and blah, blah, blah. And we got the guy that we saw
From The Thing.
a couple weeks ago.
It's the guy that played X on the X-Files.
He's also from Jason Goes to Hell.
Yes.
And he's like, what the hell do you say? And he's very understanding about this guy's racism for losing his job. Not his job, but not getting promotion. Very understanding. He's like, sorry about your friend. Goes back to his
Sorry
table.
about your friend.
He gives up. He's definitely not wanting to fight. He just wants Vic Morrow to be quiet. You know, like just settle down, and because it's pissing him off, but he's willing to work through it. Definitely.
Yeah. This opening scene, it makes me go, holy shit, this movie's PG.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
You could, this was pre-PG-13 PG, which is something else that Spielberg started. He started the PG-13 rating because he said, "I'm making my movie. I'm not. It's not R-rated. So if you don't like it, make up a new rating." And they did. They literally did.
It was for two movies, Gremlins and Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
And Temple of Doom. Yeah.
Both, I mean, technically both Spielberg movies.
Both fantastic movies, by the way.
I know. Fucking ripping a guy's heart out of his chest. How beautiful is that?
Call him off.
You don't see that anymore.
Call him off.
Fucking pussy Hollywood.
You know what's kind of funny is I was thinking about this. Speaking of exactly what you just said, is I was thinking about this episode as I'm watching it. I'm going, this is what the Twitter zone wants to do, but they don't have enough balls to do it. Instead, they have to go, this is how you should feel. I'm like, you have to show your bad guy as a supreme bad guy. Like, this guy's spouting out racist shit in the bar, and he goes to Nazi Germany, and he goes.
And then
that's the only way.
This episode goes goes way out of its way to say, well, this is what it's like, motherfucker.
Yeah,
welcome to the shit.
That's the point. Like that's the whole morality play. That's the fucking point. This guy has. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody sits him down and goes, well, now you know what it's like. We understand that visually watching this guy go through this. Nobody explains it to us. It's nice not being talked down to all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can tell this is what
Hollywood
writers want to do, but they're just too big of pussies to do it. So instead, they're like, they're immigrants, but they're aliens. You get it? So they're supposed to be. You shouldn't really fit. And you're like, and by the end, there's no sting to what they're saying. There's no balls attached. So you're just like, what do you do? I get what you're trying to say, but calm the fuck down and show me a bad guy. Like, show me someone I'm supposed to hate, and I get why I'm supposed to hate.
And who's not a white guy.
It's way more.
Well, the whole point is if you want to deliver a morality lesson, do it in a fashion to where you get where somebody's coming from. That's where they never do that. They just want you to immediately pick a side and tell you what's wrong. Like like exposition. Like you said, puss out and not commit to the fucking project. You know, they still want the PG-13 rating. You know.
Yeah. Yes, but this episode just goes for it, and makes me question his friends who are like, oh, "Can you quiet down?"
That's what I'd be thinking. I'd be like, I was waiting for one of them. At no point did any one of them say, "Gosh, man, what the fuck is your problem?" So you know that they're bad too. You know, so
they were not on board with the volume he was saying it at, but they were on board with what he was saying for the most part, because they weren't going like, "Holy shit, this is coming out of nowhere, guy." They were just like, down? Like, shut the fuck up.
Vic Morrow is horrible to everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely everyone. The waitress, his friends, everybody in the fucking room. The world owes him.
Every time someone questions him in that scene, he doubles down.
Yep.
Well, wouldn't you be mad too if you were Vic Morrow? in reality.
Well,
I mean, this is prophetic now. This is becoming
his son's career didn't pan out
because this was his comeback special. This was like a big comeback for him.
This is
and little did he know.
Yeah,
little did he know that he was not going to live to see this.
After Combat and before Twilight Zone, the movie, he was in a movie called Great White, which was a shameless ripoff of Jaws. There's a riff tracks for it on Amazon Prime that I recommend everybody watches. Yeah. It's fucking hysterical. I've watched it many times.
Wasn't he into Stir with Love with Sidney Poitier?
Well,
isn't he the
what I was
kid?
getting at is Vic Morrow plays the role that Quint played in Jaws, and he's got a fake accent, and he's talking about the dorsal of the animal, and every time they say dorsal, it's fucking hilarious.
Side note: did you see the NECA Quint figure coming out? It's fucking unbelievable. Twilight Zone.
We'll talk after the.
One of us had a TV show, or a podcast based on Robert Shaw.
Yes, we did for 10 years that nobody listened to. 5 years, no one listened to it. So whatever. You can look him up on a podcast.
I even put it on my website for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, they're still around. You can download them and listen to them, but the sound quality is so fucking terrible in some of them.
Listen to Midnight with Robert Shaw.
Wow, it's a good show.
But yeah, it's he is unapologetic about his racist views. When the Jew took his job, the blacks are moving in next door. And he keeps repeating himself. He goes to leave the bar because he's about to get his ass kicked. Even he realizes that, like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Because he took his shirt off like in Mission in Action 2.
Yeah,
he was all ripped.
He goes outside, and second he shuts the door, there's a really cool cut scene. They did a really good job of this. And he goes outside the bar. Door closes behind him. You see it's the regular bar door. He looks around. You're seeing Vic Morrow's face, and you're seeing him. And it cuts to his point of view when you see like tanks and weird shit going on. And then it cuts back to the shot of Vic Morrow against that door. Exact same framing, only there's a big Nazi flag on the door. Or paste or plaster, whatever they're on it. And it's the exact same shot, and he's looking the exact same way. The editor and then the cinematographer there were just on fucking point.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's in occupied France, right? The Nazi-occupied France, because at one point the I don't know German, but at one point they say "Où allez-vous?" and that's French, isn't it? So so yeah.
I didn't hear that.
This is back when they didn't have to over-explain everything to audiences. You just pick up on things. So we just want to make sure I picked it up properly.
I didn't hear that. It was hard for me to listen to this segment. I'll say that.
Well, où allez-vous?
Saying about Schindler's List, and I just got rock hard.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, man.
Deep Cuts, Part 2.
I fucked for Oscar Schindler. A one-handed armed Jew.
How long
Twice
is
that
this?
justice.
If it's more than 5 inches, I don't need that list.
Everybody made fun of it when Seinfeld was making out during Schindler's List. Phoenix took it a step further. He jerked off to Schindler's List.
I was 12.
This never existed. This whole segment never existed.
Okay, Frank has not spoken in 10 minutes.
I'm just kind of waiting to, hear what you guys have to say about the continuation of the plot and everything.
Okay, well, let's move through because there's a lot to get through in this podcast. So, he gets hassled by the Germans, and then they start grabbing his wallet and throwing it around, and then he runs away. Twilight Zone fashion, which is great. He's, and they're like, it's like a fucking Scooby-Doo thing where they're chasing.
Dogs are coming. Yeah, the dogs come out, chase him.
Yeah, and then he gets shot at. He's standing up on a thing, and he's getting shot at, and they're shooting like holes around him. And he falls into the KKK.
Yep.
Who of all people is in the KKK but John Larroquette?
Larroquette, yeah.
From that court.
I forgot that he was in this until I'm like, that's John fucking Larroquette, and he's a racist.
What you doing here, boy?
No, there has been no actor who has been pitched and submitted more season ones of a TV show than John Larroquette. He has had 55 TV shows that have failed. And I want to see him as a KKK member. That's the show I want to watch now.
So what they need to do is they need to make a TV show with Summer Glau and John Larroquette, and just have it be one season, and just call the show One Season. Yeah, One Season Wonders. Yeah.
It's just called KKK.
Summer Glau.
We'll probably go for 12 episodes.
Are you okay?
Summer Glau shows up in the show and you know it's over. It's like,
it would be 3 seasons on Netflix. That's all they do now is 3 seasons. That's all they can do.
Yeah.
That's when the contracts are up and they get paid more and they say, nope, we're done.
Netflix, the streaming platform that can't commit to an original idea.
No.
Congratulations.
But Vic Moreau...
they don't want a fucking Jennifer Aniston situation on their hands. Like, no.
Oh, was that an Apple TV shot? Or?
No, that's a Friends shot.
Oh, okay. The most successful show ever.
Yeah, I want $1.5 million an episode or whatever bullshit. I'm like, no, fuck off, bye.
No, they got paid that.
Yeah, Apple or Netflix doesn't want that.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to pay that much for that.
They can't afford it. They spent too much money on other bullshit.
They spent too much on that Tom Hanks movie that nobody saw, the World War II Tom Hanks movie.
I remember when that was going to come out in theaters, and it didn't.
No, that's Apple TV.
Yeah, Apple TV, yeah.
We're talking about Netflix.
Oh, okay.
They got to do Cutie season 2.
Yeah, Netflix has Tom Hanks and his little daughter going to pageant shows. It's very, very unsettling.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wait, is that a true thing? Is that real?
No.
I don't know if it's real or not, but him and his little girl, they follow him around with a camera and go to leisure pageant shows. I'm not even joking you.
Well, they say that Tom Hanks is a pedophile who has
So Vic Morrow.
Well, it's his daughter. It's his daughter. Not
I said they. I didn't say who.
So he gets KKK.
It's still very uncomfortable.
They start beating the shit out of him. He jumps into some water to get away from the KKK. He ends up in Vietnam. This is the
You forgot that great shot where a guy jumps into the burning cross and it instantly catches on fire.
Yeah.
He goes up like a fucking kerosene dipped candle. It's ridiculous.
And then Will Smith and Martin Lawrence come out of nowhere and they stop. Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
And then there's a really awkward circular shot with Michael Bay. Yeah.
And then Jonah Hill shows up and he's like, I don't want to wear the mask.
It don't fit.
I can't see in this damn thing.
Yeah. And then John Larroquette hits him.
My wife spent 3 days waking him. You better.
And then the Blues Brothers made him crash into something.
And then Brad Dourif shows up.
And then the guy that plays Bull shows up and says, "Cut!"
No, Bull's in Vietnam because of the house.
Yeah, House is great. That's
House, yeah. But here's the question I had with the Vic Morrow segment. Do you think that they should have taken out the Vietnam stuff because in the context of the episode, it doesn't make any sense, really?
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Okay.
He goes to Vietnam for some fucking reason. Because when you're watching it, you're waiting for some sort of resolution. But he goes to Vietnam. He gets chased. Some guy throws a grenade at him. The grenade blows him back to the Nazis. He goes back there. He gets in a train car. He looks at some people. End of fucking episode, right?
He looks at his friends at the bar. He's trying to yell at him, and then they can't hear him. Yeah.
He's in the train to Auschwitz, and he's going, "Ah, I'm
There is one really awkward scene that I just wanted your guys' opinion on this. That when he's in the swamp and there's like a little snake that goes by him. I just watched this afternoon. That's why I can remember all this shit. But the snake goes by, and then all of a sudden you hear Purple Haze. On a radio, and these guys are in the swamp looking for Charlie. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you were looking for Charlie in a swamp up to your fucking tits in swamp water, would you be blasting Purple Haze on a fucking radio, thinking Charlie would be able to find you by using sound, or was it just that John Landis was going so out of the way to let you know that this is fucking Vietnam that they had to work Purple Haze into the fucking show? Because it instantly stops as soon as they look at the petroleum. Okay.
Yeah,
John Landis made no mistakes during the filming of Time Out. So I'm going to go ahead and say he meant to do...
oh my God.
He meant to call out, I want the audience to know this is Vietnam. I thought they're going to play CCR again, like every fucking thing.
Yeah, Fortunate Son. It would have to be Fortunate Son in a helicopter scene. Yeah.
It's the go-to. It's the go-to song.
Well, Purple Haze also can,
or Magic Carpet Ride. It's usually one of those 3 songs. Yeah.
If you go back to the States in a Vietnam movie, it's got to be White Rabbit. Has to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be Jefferson Starship. It's got to be.
Or maybe Jim Morrison.
Could be, yeah. Doors.
Riding on the storm.
Yeah.
Well, back to the Vietnam segment, though. Do you think they should have cut out of the movie altogether? Because it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so the movie was supposed to have him end.
Yes, I know that, yeah.
And nothing was supposed to happen. And they were like, this is too boring. Everybody's going to hate this guy, and that's it. So then that's when they came up with the whole helicopter thing. Well, we got to give his character a little bit more depth, so let's have him save some kids at the end. And that was supposed
It makes sense. It makes sense
Well,
as far as a narrative if you're following this guy from beginning to an end, which is because as of now it has no ending. He gets on train to Auschwitz and is on
Well,
it.
I actually like that ending way more. I think that's my favorite part of this movie.
Because he was making all those comments about Jews, and he gets treated like Nazi-occupied Jews and sent to a concentration camp.
When Vic Morrow gives that look where he's like, "Oh my God, I'm done. This is it." It's beautiful. I love it. I love that.
Justice,
I love it. It's
Again,
a great.
It's
like
the editor going, "What
Yeah.
can I do here?"
Well, exactly.
For me,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
For me, it works.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's
It's
great.
Like, he's out of
Yeah.
here, and it just moves the fuck on. And I was like, "Oh, shit, it just ends."
That's why I say, from what they edited, they did a really good job with this segment.
And but with that information in the back of your head, knowing what really happened, you seeing that scene is like, holy shit! Like that is fucked up. Like this is reality, and this is what they had to deal with at the time. And how do you fix that? And this is how you do it.
Because what's supposed to happen? He's on the train and he's leaving. Somehow, I don't know how, they don't really get into it. He gets back to Vietnam. He goes to save the two kids out of nowhere because he sees these kids are being killed or about to be killed by the Viet Cong. Grabs the kids, helicopter crashes and explodes, and he runs away. And then he takes those kids back to Nazi Germany or Nazi France, occupied France. And then they're with him there, and they kind of traveled with him.
They're on the boxcar to Auschwitz. Yeah.
Gee, how long is this episode?
It's just a couple. It's just like an additional 5 minutes, really.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Once you edit it up, yeah.
But without that, you're kind of left with, oh, this guy's a dick, and there he goes, and you're fine. You don't really don't think about more than that. But
no,
once you find out, because I watched this movie as a kid, a bunch, and then I found out as a teenager about Vic Morrow and the two kids, and you're like, holy shit.
So, for the audience that might not know Phoenix, why don't you go ahead and explain what happened to Vic Morrow, and then I'll tell you what I remember about it because I'm a little bit older than you. So
yeah, they did the scene where he's grabbing the kids and running away. There's a lot of speculation in the trial and shit. I read all about it today.
Yeah,
but I'll cut all that out because who gives a shit. Basically, what happened is the special effect went wrong. The helicopter crashed in and sliced through the fucking kids and Vic Morrow, who's holding the kids.
Yeah, a mortar went off prematurely and literally cut the rear.
That's one version. But then they did a thing and they found out that mortar wouldn't have done that to that plane. There's a whole back and forth.
Okay.
I'm just saying this is what happened in the trial. This is what the trial.
Yeah. Sure.
And they went, the back end of that helicopter would not have been destroyed by that mortar. It wasn't close enough to burn it up. It wasn't close enough to affect it. Blah, 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 blah.
It was a freak accident.
Freak accident. John Landis blamed the special effects guy. The special effects guy said the director was telling us to get lower and lower with the helicopter. The kids were not. One thing is true.
They were illegal.
They were not supposed to be there at night.
Yeah.
It was midnight shoot. The kids were not supposed to be there. The
They were
parents.
put under the table.
Jennifer Jason Leigh sued him, the daughter of Vic Morrow.
I didn't know that was her daughter. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
everyone in the world sued this guy. John Landis and Steven Spielberg are no longer friends because of this. I don't blame him. The reason why the next segment is what it is because Spielberg's like, I want the fuck out of this thing, but I'm contractually obligated.
Well, Steven Spielberg could have went to prison over this. Like he was put on trial too. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, I think he distanced himself to cover his ass too.
Well, of course he did.
Yeah,
John
for
Landis
sure.
did the trial like 7 years later in like 1990.
It was two trials.
Yeah, he wanted Eddie Murphy to be a character witness. Eddie Murphy refused and said, I'll never work with him again. He said Vic Morrow has a better chance of working with him than I do.
Wow.
Okay, Phoenix.
Wow. Great.
Now that you set that up, I'll tell you what I. Okay, sorry.
And one last thing. And then he showed up and did a John Landis movie, Beverly Hills Cop 3.
There you go.
I was just
There
going
you go.
to
Yeah.
10 years after Trading Places.
What I remembered because I was really little when this was going on. I was grade school, and I remember that this movie was so controversial that a lot of people just flat out didn't fucking go see it. My parents were actually wanting to go see this originally, were pretty excited about it, and then once all this was out in the news and this actually happened, they were so shocked by what happened that a lot of people didn't go to the movie, my parents included. They were going to take me to go see it, and they're like, I don't want to go see something where somebody got killed making it. I can't watch that. And so I didn't get to watch it till several years later when it came out on HBO. And it took a long time to get to HBO too. This is one of those movies that they kind of wanted to forget about, And
I don't even think it has a Blu-ray release, does it?
To be honest with you, Adam,
yeah.
Like if it didn't happen that way, I probably wouldn't have seen this movie as much as I did, because when I was growing up, like back in the '90s at HBO and all that, that's when it first started coming on.
Yeah,
seen a lot.
That's where I discovered it, because I got into Twilight Zone really young. My grandparents watched it, my parents watched it, and they were excited about that movie coming out. And the controversy was like on the news every night, and I had a hard time trying to understand that a guy that I used to watch on TV, it was for the age that I was, it was really shocking. I just remember that being taboo, and it's been pretty much the point where Twilight Zone has been really popular in my family, but we barely talk about the movie because all of this weight from what happened drags it down. You know what I mean?
Well, my family, we talk about the movie all the time because of what happened. We make lots of Vic Morrow jokes in my family.
But I mean, it really sucks because kick the can. It sucked then. It sucked now.
Are we moving on to kick the can? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Was that the second segment though? I thought that was the third.
Unfortunately, it's the second segment, and I mentioned that to Phoenix earlier. We were talking. I said I remember that episode being towards the end of the movie, not literally the second fucking episode, because up until Kick the Can, the movie so far is perfectly paced. Like from the intro right into the first segment, and then you get to the second segment, and it slows this movie all the way the fuck down. It just comes to a crashing halt.
Which is funny because it was basically shot in a week, if that, I think. Because Steven Spielberg was like,
kick the fucking can. What can you do with that?
I agree, Frank. Kick the can's a piece of shit.
Because Steven Spielberg shot in 6 days, he said, I'm fucking out. I'm doing this. I'm contractually obligated. We're done. I'm going to shoot it when I'm out. I'm done.
And it was
That's
after.
what happened.
But
yeah.
If I could, it gets fucking crazy from here. Frank, we've talked about this a little bit before when we talked about a Boris Segal episode. Okay. If you guys don't mind, this is something I knew from fucking forever ago, and I was rereading it on it today. Okay. So Vic Morrow had a premonition he was going to die with a helicopter crash. He mentioned this on a previous movie where he had the lines of dialogue. There's like a line of dialogue where the guy's like, get him here now or I'll have your head. And the guy's like, we'll take a helicopter there to get you. So there's all that weird shit. And then he mentioned before shooting this scene, he had a premonition he's going to die in a helicopter crash. Okay. So there's that. Boris Segal, who's the director of Twilight Zone episodes and also directed Vic Morrow in a movie before this. He is the father of Katie Segal. We all know who she is. From Mary Children, Futurama, and Sons of
Anarchy.
He was the directed some Twilight Zone episodes, some with helicopters in them. One of them was the Last Arrival, or the Arrival. What's it called? Last Arrival? I'm blanking on the name, but he directed an episode. He directed a helicopter movie with Vic Morrow before this, and then he walked out of the helicopter he was shooting to go shoot a scene and turned the wrong way and walked into a helicopter blade. That's how he died. There's a bunch of weird
holy shit, yeah.
Weird helicopter shit involved with these like guys that are in this really tight circle. It's like the weird poltergeist shit that you read about.
Yeah.
I think this is creepier than the poltergeist.
Yeah.
The poltergeist shit is definitely some bizarre shit. And also Steven Spielberg has been indirectly attached to both of these fucking mediums. So
another fun fact, Spielberg has not directed a good movie in 20 years.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah.
And he's retired. He's done. He's not making it anymore.
He wants to do West Side Story, which
no,
whatever.
he did. It's done. It's in the can. It's supposed to come out.
That's done. Okay,
it's supposed to come out in December, but COVID. It's not. So it's done. That's his last movie. He's done.
as well he should be. I have not seen I don't think I've seen one since Terminal.
That's 2004.
Yeah.
The last one he did that I liked is I liked his take on. I know Frank doesn't like it, but I liked the War of the Worlds. I enjoyed that one.
So.
I like Lincoln, but it's a play.
And Minority Report was fun too.
And Lincoln, the problem with Spielberg is he never knew how to end his movies. He's a terrible ender. And Lincoln has the same problem. It's that the ending sucks.
They're at the wrong theater.
Yeah, no, that's what happens.
So it's
Yeah,
a shame that this was Vic Morrow's last performance, though, because as we've said, it was a good performance. He was actually he was committed to this.
Great.
Fucking great. Probably the greatest thing he's ever done.
He's so good. I was sitting there on my phone watching this movie, making my notes. I wrote, "This guy's fucking great." Who is it? Oh yeah, it's Vic Morrow. Oh shit! I got really sad. But
I love John Landis. I'm so sad at John Landis' career. Like, can you imagine John Landis' career after this? If this never happened, he would have been. No, that's what I'm saying. John Landis probably would have been the top 10 directors of all time. Like, really. His track record.
I have a lot of his stuff in my collection.
It's amazing. Yeah, I love John Landis.
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Fucking Blues Brothers.
Blues Brother. I mean, fuck. He was originally slated to do Dick Tracy.
Yeah. He had to drop out because he
dropped out because he was going to prison for murder, probably. But that didn't happen because it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Manslaughter.
It's called manslaughter.
Well, 3 counts anyway.
Yeah, fucking.
He's a man who slaughtered some kids.
Jesus Christ.
I remember that was the first time I ever heard the term manslaughter. I had to ask my parents what that meant. I'm like, what does manslaughter mean?
Come to think of it, Adam, yeah, I would say it's the first time I asked, what the hell's...
I was like, I learned a lot of new terms. I'm like, so actors can actually die in a movie. I didn't know that was ever a thing. And then manslaughter. So, yeah.
Michael Bay, fucking worse than death. The woman got brain damage and became a mentally challenged person the rest of her life when a cable snapped and cut off her head, basically, during Transformers 3 or 4, whatever one of them. Maybe it's 4.
And we won't even discuss what George Lucas did to Jake Lloyd's life. So,
well, that's not. I wouldn't say it's George Lucas's fault. I would say Jake Lloyd. Jake Lloyd
Lucas's fault, dude.
Was in Jingle All the Way too. So let's not go crazy. I think it's kids in general are fucking.
He was
awful.
the first and probably highest bully of internet bullying.
Yeah.
You know? So
well, so is Hayden Christensen, and so is Ahmed Beth.
All right, back to Vic Morrow.
No, we're done with him. We're moving on to Kick the Can by Steven Spielberg.
All right, Kick the Can, if I may say so, is the Steven Spielberg at his worst.
I just want to say nope.
What was that?
It's a Good Life by Joe Dante.
Oh, that one I don't like.
Kick the Can. I guess we'll talk about it. What do you guys got to say about Kick the Can?
I hate it. The funniest thing is like, it's so bad. I was laughing at it. It was when the kids are staring, young minds, and they're doing that shit where they're doing the Steven Spielberg stare, where it's like, and then the music swells, and that's literally all this episode is. It's that one trick that he's done in every episode he's ever made that has kids in it. It's like, do the long stare, blast the fucking music, and then you're falling asleep while you're watching it. And Dick Halloran shows up, aka Scatman Carruthers.
I'm falling asleep listening to you talk about it.
He's the narrator.
I thought you were doing cocaine.
Oh, me?
No, I thought you were doing coke.
No, I'm stretching because I'm.
It is. It's fucking terrible. It's a terrible episode of Twilight Zone, and shame on them for sticking this in here, because it's like, you know, the movie sets up. It's like, here's a trip down memory lane for people that enjoy the Twilight Zone. By the way, here's Kick the Can. Fuck you, Steven Spielberg.
Was that the original idea, or was he going to do another episode?
They were originally going to do Monsters of Maple Street, which they should have.
Okay.
That should have been happening where
One of my
Kick the
favorite
Can is.
episodes.
156 episodes to pick from, about a quarter of them.
Right? And Kick the Can is what you come up with.
Fucking can.
Fuck you, Spielberg.
The only way,
the easiest one to do, probably.
here's the problem. Yeah.
Well, because again, didn't want to do
If
it.
he chose a worst episode, like if he's like, I'm going to do The Fugitive about the weird pedophile alien, I'd be like, all right, that's weird, that's bold. But this
Starring
one,
Tom Hanks.
I want to do the safest route. He chose the laziest, safest route because of what happened. I get it.
Yeah.
Once you hear about this all happen after the Vic Morrow thing, you're like, okay, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah. I was like, wow, does Kick the Can make so much sense now? Because I could never figure it out before.
I was going to say, because of contracts and the way things are, otherwise, what would have happened is you would have kicked Spielberg off the project, brought somebody else in with some balls, and they would have done Monsters of Maple Street and not done Kick the Can. Because Kick the Can is so bad, it lowers it a whole letter grade for me. Like,
not even contracts. It's because he's the name. He's the reason this movie's getting made.
Right.
He got his career starting directing Night Gallery. So he's attached to Rod Serling, which is weird to think
to
about.
a degree. I mean, he directed a lot of TV in the 70s, though.
And
That's the thing.
Let's not ostracize a whole lot of, like, for some reason, the mass of the Twilight Zone. Like people who really love the Twilight Zone. For some reason, there's like a group of them, and they're a lot older, so I guess it's an age thing. But they love Kick the Can. I don't understand it.
That's because you're not
They're
wrong. I'm just saying, like, we're in the minority of thinking that Kick the Can sucks because a lot of big Twilight Zone fans.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, people almost pick it like to be too cool for the room. Almost, it's one of those things. Like, I swear.
Well, I think it's just the unabashed story of old people becoming young again is just sweet. It's saccharine, and we are all horribly cynical people. The four of us.
Well, here's
probably the most cynical people you'll ever meet.
When they bring, that's true. We are a bunch of cynical bastards.
Well, I don't know about Frank. Frank seems a little bit more happy,
but
the
problem that, like Frank and I just said it earlier, this episode, this segment, which is what they call them in the credits, they don't even have names attached to them. They don't have Kick the Can and This is Boyd's Life and all that. Credits just says segment 1, segment 2, segment 3.
Yeah.
This segment, after what we just got seen, slows everything the fuck down. If you insisted on keeping this episode in the show, you should have pushed it down like after a Boy's Life or something like that. Or This Is a Good Life.
It should have been like that Simpsons episode when Homer pretends to be an old man in the old folks' home. And he took someone else's place because the guy ran away.
It's so cringy. It's like you just meet these people and the movie acts like you're going to give a shit about any of them, and then it's like, show these old people, then show these kids, and then show them as old people again. The end.
And it's not true at all because old folks' homes are fucking havens of just sex, and more sex.
The first
they
thing
are
here,
up in there, dude.
The first thing you hear in the episode is, you might be old, but don't stop fucking.
Pretty much. This is reality.
I'm sorry, but Parks and Recreation did this bit better. Okay.
No, I'm telling you, the second drug that they give, other than is Viagra and gonorrhea drugs. Like they're fucking in there. They're disgusting.
Missy worked for 10 years, man. For 10 years, she worked in old folks' home. It's insane. It's insane how many of them get pregnant at 70.
As Josh said on Red Letter Media, they're all jacking and jilling in there.
A lot of abortions up in there.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
I want to see that Kick the Can. That's what I want to see. Like if
what kind of 70-year-old hasn't had a hysterectomy or?
Really. There's no way.
I mean, there's a law of averages, right? And the ones that made it through, they're just really putting it to good use.
Wow. They give birth to some weird chud baby. No fucking thank you.
That chud baby becomes the orderly at the old folks' home. He just always works there. He never left, and that's what he is.
Like My Bloody Valentine. Like,
I think the one year there was I think like 14 of them got AIDS. At like 75.
By the time this episode was, I wanted all of these people.
Okay, HIV then. All right.
So
my mother was a 75-year-old patient here.
Are you fucking Elephant Man? What was that?
What, do you have a stroke coming out?
Yeah. He's a big fat
with a stroke.
I'm here to wash the bedpans.
Dick Halloran shows up, and all I wanted to do is go, "Hey, Dick, what about room 247?"
You don't go there, boy. You shine. You
stay out.
He also has powers in this, right? Scatman?
Yeah, he has powers again.
Weirdly
Go
enough.
figure.
Yeah.
You know, there's a term for this that Double Toasted used. I'm gonna borrow it. They call it the mystical magical Negro. Is what they say.
Will Smith.
That's the word they use.
Will Smith, Bagger Vance.
80s movies did that shit, and this is like a really bad example of it, but it's exactly what those guys talk about. So
Morgan Freeman, every movie he's in, he's the magical mystical Negro. He's so good.
Yep.
If you want it,
so good.
Morpheus,
yeah. Yeah, really.
Candyman. I'm reaching with that one. Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But I was getting it's like a
The
bad
Rock.
it's a bad combination of two Spielberg movies I absolutely hate: Cocoon and Hook. I hate those fucking movies.
Cocoon's Ron Howard. Cocoon's Ron Howard, so you can't
be whatever.
too mad.
So
batteries are not included.
Batteries not included. That's Spielberg did do that. Okay, so this is that and Hook blended together.
I like the movie a lot, actually, growing up.
I know a lot of people do, and if you do, that's fine. I just never could stand it.
I was very young. That's why.
That was supposed to be a 3-hour musical.
I think part of it is I just never took any interest in Peter Pan whatsoever.
Hook, yeah. Hook was supposed to be a musical.
Yeah,
and it was originally written as a musical, and it was like there's a 4-hour cut of Hook somewhere. They did a 4-hour cut.
Holy shit. Okay.
Kick the can. Next.
R.I.P. Robin Williams. We miss you.
This episode of the Kick the Can by Steven Spielberg, I think personally it has a very shitty script that Spielberg wrote compared to the episode. But it is more entertaining to watch than the episode. The episode is worse than this as far as watching.
It's worse?
But the script for the original is way superior. It follows the guy's angry. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to play Kick the Can. The other kids go out and play it. You understand motivation. This one, I felt no motivation. They show this guy in bed. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Who's this guy?
They were sloughing through it. Yeah.
Nothing followed through at all. It didn't have these beat points that you want in a script that shows you this is why this character's going. This is how the script is going, or the scenes are going. There's really nothing that tracks in this entire script.
Yeah.
It's a shitty fucking script.
It hurts the movie big time.
It hurts the movie. They shouldn't have done it. He almost should have just directed.
You could almost know that the actors had no idea where they were even going. Like, there was no
because they were just too busy staring at the mic with the camera doing the Spielberg thing.
It's like
the MFT thing. People looking very Spielbergian.
Yep. That's pretty much it's that. That's mostly episode. It's that gimmick.
The beginning reminds me more of Static, Frank, than it does of Kick the Can. We're all sitting in our old folks' home. You think the guy's going to a haunted radio? Fucking sucks.
Yeah, and that would probably have been better if he did that one.
How come they didn't do the episode where the guy has the TV that shows the future, and he throws his wife out the window?
Probably because of
box.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a funny one.
Yeah,
what's in the box?
Terrible, but funny.
Could have been better than this.
John Goodman could have been in it. That is his prime. He's around
like you said, Frank. All those episodes, and this is what you came up with. This was literally a fuck you to the movie in the middle of the movie.
I can't name one episode he could have chosen to remake that would have been more boring than this. I can't name one. I can't.
The one about the obsolete man.
Bewitching Pool.
You are obsolete.
Thank you for removing him for saying that.
Yeah. Obsolete Man would have been way more entertaining than this.
Second favorite episode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's number 2, Dick.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize.
Who's Dick?
Yeah.
He was here. He was right here. You knew him.
You gotta believe me.
What's a Desi Lou?
You gotta believe me.
Adam, what?
What's a Desi Lou?
Okay, let's move on.
Never heard of it.
The third segment, the third official segment, is "It's a Good Life" by Joe Dante.
This is where the movie gets much better.
I I have a love-hate relationship with Joe Dante. I don't love him and I hate him, and I don't know. He's a nut. Like he's nuts. He's crazy. Like he wants to do Warner Brother cartoon movies, and that's all he wants to do. Like he's nuts.
Hey, Brendan Fraser, want to be in a Looney Tunes movie?
And that's right. That's a quote. That's a quote from John Hora, his fucking DP. Because remember, in film school, we had to deal with John Hora, and he said, I don't know what happened to him. He just wants to do Looney Tunes movies. That's all he wants to do. Like, that's it. That's all he wants to do. He wants to do cartoons. That's all.
He wants to do Burying the X, wherever the fuck.
But isn't Alexandria Daddario in that movie?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I'd bury my ex in that shit.
She's the absolute number one for me.
Oh my God!
All humans.
She's sick. It's like disgusting how hot she is. It's ridiculous.
It makes me wonder: am I human when I look at her?
Yeah,
if she's a human. I don't know what the fuck I am.
I think she's with what's his name now?
I've been trying to figure that out for a while. You are not
man!
Let's not talk about her. It just makes me mad.
Oh yeah, it's annoying.
Okay, so It's a Good Life. Watch True Detective season 1. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Joe Dante, I really love this segment.
Greatest team.
Really?
It's up there. It's either this or Nightmare.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
okay.
locked up for me.
What in this movie? You mean?
Yeah.
So this would be 1, and then Nightmare would be 2, and I guess
I'll probably go Nightmare 1. This
you have to, dude.
Time Out 3, even though I fucking love Time Out.
I'll tell you what, Phoenix, what I like about it is it doesn't copy the original that much. It really doesn't. It goes its own direction, and I applaud that. It gets the same concept without copying the original.
Here's why it goes good. Here's why the script is good. The only episode that is written by the director is Kick the Can. The other 3 episodes are not written by the director. So Joe Dante did not write this because Joe Dante is not a fucking writer. So
stay in your lane, Donnie.
Fucking lane.
Dude.
Spielberg has before that I liked, and most of them are kind of he's the blandening. Like I want some more. He's like the mayo that you put on your fucking script. He's just I wrote this script now, and I kind of made it more boring.
Stephen King.
Here's some romaine lettuce to make it look pretty.
Yeah, but Joe Dante did not write this, and so they took the script. The original episode, Bill Mumy is a crazy kid, and his family is just being tortured. You feel the torture more in the original episode than this. This one focuses more on like the whimsy and the quirkiness of it. It's kind of like Tim Burton directed it more than Joe Dante, really.
You get a little bit of that vibe,
Yeah. Okay, I can agree with that.
But visually, I love this fucking episode because basically it starts off. They're at a diner. She's there. She's eating her sandwich. She's looking at a map with Dick Miller, who looks fucking fantastic in this.
Yeah, dude. I would have. Yep.
And Dick Miller has to be in every Joe Dante movie, so of course Dick Miller's in it. He shows up in both Gremlins movies, even though he dies in the first one.
They bring him back anyway because he's like cool.
Wait a minute, wasn't he dead?
He's killed by a bulldozer into his house, and he's in the second one somehow.
Well, you never see his body crushed.
That's
so
true.
Right.
They don't show his dead body, so he could have survived that. Yeah.
Suspension of disbelief.
But
movie magic.
He's showing her the map, and he's like, "This is this." They're throwing a lot of this is. You take a left at Beaumont. They're throwing out a lot of TZ references.
Yeah.
And
names and shit like that. Yeah.
Huge douche killed, by the way. That moment, it was like.
Yeah. Well, who wrote that? Who wrote this segment? Who was the writer?
I don't know off the top of my head, honestly.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Well, like the original one?
No, the movie version.
Okay, because didn't Beaumont write this?
George Clayton Johnson wrote this. The
that's who it is.
TV version, I think.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Movie version. I think he updated it. But okay, let me. The little kid's playing a jukebox or a little video game, and he keeps tapping it, and then throws off the boxing match that's happening while these 3 hicks are arguing over, I bet money on this. And then the guy gets up and beats the shit out of a fucking like 7-year-old, however old this kid is.
He really does. He knocks him down and he hits his head and everything.
And I was like, yeah, nice right hook there.
Yeah. Our main character, who I know Frank doesn't give a shit, but she is named Helen Foley from Nightmare as a Child. In my top 5 of episodes, if you remember.
Of course, little Marky.
She's little Marky as she grows up. But she's going to Willoughby, which is heaven. So you get a whole bunch of weird shit thrown in there with fan theories.
Willoughby is not heaven. I don't care what some people say.
Yeah, I see that as a false lead. It's basically a trick. I see it as that.
No, Willoughby's the one where he falls off the train and dies, right?
I don't see that as heaven. I see that
that's not fucking heaven.
Willoughby's like the devil's trick.
That's fucking hell. Yeah, that's what that is.
We're cynicists. So.
Yes, that's true.
So that's the difference there.
Yeah, true.
Well, no, because I would say the heaven episode is the 100 yards down the road or whatever that one is, where he goes back in time when he's a kid.
Okay, It's a Good Life is written by Richard Matheson.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
The new one?
Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
Because I knew it wasn't Serling.
That's the original script or for the movie?
This is the movie, Richard Matheson.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's a Good Life, Richard Matheson.
Wow. There you go. No.
Because I remember that the original writer did this part. I just couldn't remember who it was.
Here's what trips me out. Okay, so I'm looking at Prologue, John Landis, Timeout, John Landis, Kick the Can, George Clayton Johnson, Richard Matheson, Melissa Matheson. Yeah. So you had to have 3 people to fuck it up that bad?
Oh, is Melissa Matheson Richard Matheson's daughter?
No, because the names are spelled differently. It's spelled Mathison.
All right, okay, that's right. I know that Richard Matheson has a son that's a writer now.
Richard Matheson is spelled Matheson.
Okay, yeah, but he has a son that writes now too.
Yeah,
he does.
Is he any good?
Dick,
I think so.
You know, George Clayton Johnson looks like Alan Moore.
Oh.
Who?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I'll show you.
Okay.
With a beard.
Adam,
what's up?
Can you pull up a picture of George Clayton Johnson and then Alan Moore?
Sure.
Alan Moore. Hello.
Alan Moore, the comic artist.
Alan Moore.
They both look like crazy fucking hippie guys that live in cabins. They both look like insane people.
This was off the edges of the 70s.
You actually had me pull this up once before. This image is a trip, dude.
I'm showing this just for Dick.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready there. I'll pull it up. But point is, George Clayton Johnson is a fucking lunatic, just like Alan Moore is. I had to stream here. There's Johnson.
Holy shit!
You see it? He looks like Gandalf the Moor.
I went, whoa, Gandalf on crack.
He looks like the guy from Poltergeist too. God is in his holy temple.
You're all gonna die in there.
And now pull up Alan Moore.
Okay. Alan Moore.
The guy that wrote
The best day of my life is when I found acid.
The best day of my life was when I found a lit cigarette butt under my chair.
For once, it didn't burn my couch.
Yeah, I loved it.
The best thing about acid is you never run out.
It looks like Lopan and Gandalf fucked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
He's handsome. He's handsome in this picture. The one second to last.
I'm looking at him. I think me and you have a different definition of handsome.
Well, it's like he looks a little bit better.
Here's Alan Moore.
Holy Christ!
This is the guy who wrote Watchmen.
It's fucking Karl Marx reincarnated.
Close, yeah.
Go to this.
That's straight up Karl Marx right there.
I like to write about lesbian fairies now.
Second row,
He does.
Who?
Go to this. Second
row.
row.
My God, look at that. I'll reject every Hollywood production of my
nothing, but there's a few looks you shouldn't have in this society, right? One is
what's up with this?
There you go. I love that. That's beautiful.
That's
Cobra. La 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 la.
But like, there's 2 people you don't want to really resemble right away. 3 maybe.
That's a nice suit.
Hitler, Stalin, and Karl Marx. You don't want to look like any 3 of them right away.
I agree.
All 3 of them together.
This gets me right here. This looks like
one.
he's about to set something on fire with his mind. Look at that shit right there.
Yep, just because they're Jews. I know.
He's pulling a carry right there. Yeah, he's the fire starter. He's the actual fire starter.
Alan Moore and like his whole Hollywood buys my things all the time and I want nothing to do with it, but I'll take the check. Like, shut up.
Because I'm a capitalist, but I still hate the Jews.
Well, yeah, I'm a capitalist, but I hate capitalism.
And I'm also Jewish at the same time. Somehow that makes sense.
They hate themselves.
Let's move on.
Alan Moore.
Plot of the episode. This is really quick. We can do a synopsis of. I love the set. I love when they go upstairs. There's constant like TVs everywhere with comic or like cartoons playing.
There's one scene that was kind of cool, like especially when they go upstairs. The TV's old; it's in black and white, and the walls and the background is all black and white. But when they walk in, they're in color. It's just the set is just filmed to look like black and white. That's a really cool trick.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Everything's super colorful, like a Tim Burton movie. It goes upstairs and slowly, like they turn the corner, and there's like you said, black and white TV. Everything's black and white. He keeps going, and then the next room is color because the TV's color. And then he announces, "I'm coming downstairs," and then they're all downstairs. For some reason, they don't walk anywhere from the stairs. They're sitting on the stairs smoking cigarettes like crazy.
Well, they're going through her purse. The lady that finds the kid, they're going through her purse because they haven't met anybody in probably quite a while, and they're ransacking. They're like smoking their cigarettes and doing their lipstick and squirting her perfume all over them and everything.
They take her dildo and stick it in her twat like real quick. Yeah. It's just fucked up.
It's crazy. They make Nancy Cartwright look like she's 12, but she's 25 here in this scene.
Well, she looks like she's 12 in anything now. She's a freak of nature.
Something like that. Yeah, she even sounds like Bart when she just talks. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's gross. She's just gross. All over
her outfit. She's not even on the school. She can't
have
leave
a cow, man.
And she gets sent into the cornfield, right?
There's no cornfield in this.
Not a cornfield, but she gets sent away to the.
You get sent to Cartoon Land.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, the cartoon kills
which is cool. So they're doing something different. It's the same concept, but they're doing.
And
something
then Nightmare on Elm Street ripped that off years later.
Yeah. And also, what I liked about it is Joe Dante remembers a lot of those older cartoons that they kind of stopped showing on Saturday morning because they were so weird. I taped some of those on VHS. They used to show them really early before the kids get up. Some cartoons that just look like they're just the stuff of like a bad weekend of mushrooms. You know what I mean? So
they are terrifying.
There are some dark cartoons from our past that we never get to see.
Ren and Snippy came from is that shit.
Yeah, that era. Mm-hmm.
But Frank, they didn't mention any Perry Como records or peach schnapps. None of that.
I was hoping.
But instead, it's all cartoon based. He makes Nancy Cartwright go away because he finds a doodle that she drew or someone drew. They all blame it on her.
It's Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Can we talk about his dinner?
Yeah.
He's got. This is his birthday. Eric gets every day is his birthday. His birthday, and then they're eating for his dinner. Well, first of all, they're asking him, "Where's the dinner?" It's in the oven because they literally don't know where the food is because obviously he just makes it happen in his mind. The dinner is paper plate. You got one of those remember those little fucked up ice cream cups he used to get that had like the stripe in it. The shit costs like maybe like 99 cents for a fucking cup. That cheap shit that you eat with a stick. Fudge stripes. Chocolate chip cookies, and then he had a cheeseburger that's got fucking peanut butter on top of it. It was fucking horrible, dude.
And they're all going, "Oh, it's so good!"
It's so good. With the lady eats it. She's like, "It's got peanut butter." It's like, yeah, of course it would have peanut butter. It's best that way.
It's so good.
Oh,
well, they actually do make a peanut butter burger somewhere. It exists.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that.
It's not my thing. Yeah, but
no, I can't imagine putting that on a cheese. You know, there's a lot of strange things that people put on cheeseburgers. I'm kind of a purist when it comes to that.
I would agree.
Craziest I'll get is maybe some portobello mushroom and some bacon. You know, I mean, I don't want
bacon. You have to have bacon.
Fucking crazy shit on. I don't want chili on my cheeseburger or any of that kind of shit on there. So
I want to stop you there.
You know, I just, of course, everybody's like, yeah, this is our favorite food. It's great. And it's just, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I can identify everything on that plate. Should I feel bad that I know everything that kid's eating? It's like, stuff I ate when I was a kid, or maybe I wanted to, or maybe I didn't want to.
Oh, it's so gross.
It's weird. And potato chips, of course. Yeah. So,
they put the potato chips in the sandwich, don't they? Or in the
I don't know
if I remember correctly.
They probably dipped it in the ice cream.
Because they don't want that sweet flavor. They're just like they want anything salty because they all have sugar, and it's like that's the only salt you're going to get is a potato chip.
So what gets me is the fact that the lady that takes him to his house just puts up with all of this. Like, doesn't seem like any of this is weird or out of place. I mean, you can see that kind of look on her face, but she's not like horrified because I mean, these people are just like one bad day away from being the Texas Chainsaw Family.
Well, is that because she's playing the same character from the Twilight Zone? Is that why she has the same name? Is that the joke? Is that the gist of the episode?
No,
it's like a sequel, a quasi alternate sequel.
No, that's a fan theory, but
is that what it is? Okay, it's a fan theory. Okay,
she's nothing like the character from Nightmare as a Child.
Yeah, her tits are way better.
No, honestly, no.
No.
Marky had way better tits, right, Frank?
Fuck yeah, dude. Marky had some great fucking tits.
Oh God!
Don't you remember how to get a boner? You used to do so well.
Practice, bra. Remember?
Okay. I don't know where you guys are.
Oh wait, I just wanted to describe that meal for a second because I was tripping out the fact that I knew pretty much everything that was on that plate was something I ate when I was about that age.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. What, all together at once? Just like
all
this?
together at once. Yeah, I never ate it all. I was never allowed to eat like that, but the kid is obviously able to. So
well, there's a restaurant over here that still serves those cups of ice cream.
Oh, really? Fucking cheap cups with
it's
with
great.
a fucking tongue depressor to eat it with.
Whereas it's great screaming quotes.
Yeah, I still have nightmares about the way that thing feels going on the back of your tongue. It's just
like a cat's tongue.
They colored ice and they went with milk, and that's what they called ice cream back then.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. It's really bad. That is the cheap of the cheap when it comes to ice cream.
The ice cones. What are those called?
Snow cone?
Yeah, snow cones where you get the liquid poured in. That's what ice cream used to
Frost
be.
puppy.
You had to make yourself believe it was ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had
Italian ice.
What else was on that? There was ice cream. There was
potato chips. Fudge stripe cookies were on there, and then the burger had peanut butter on it.
With peanut butter, which I want to try.
I exist. Those are out there. You can find it.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly burgers exist. It's true.
If you go to any of one of the thousands of millennial burger joints out there, I'm sure you'll find one that sells one with peanut butter.
Oh, yes.
I want a real burger. I don't want a fucking tofu burger.
You mean you don't want to go one of those fancy burger joints that serves a sleeve of craft beer and a burger on a dartboard with a knife through it? You don't want to go to one of those places?
Yeah, goddamn right.
I hate those kind of places.
I don't want to, Frank.
How do you fuck this up? Like, why would you fuck this up?
Tofu
there's nothing else I can order.
The grill.
The kind of place that'll charge you $50 for grilled cheese and fucking macaroni.
Yeah, because it's blackened.
And I want avocado shake.
Fucking $80
with a little blowtorch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She that's the question is after the meal. Like, you need nutrition.
Yeah.
But
and everybody's looking at each other like, oh, somebody's going to get it now. Yeah.
Where it differs from the original is he seems way more malicious in the original. This one, he seems like confused and scared and just wants love.
He has powers he doesn't understand. Yeah.
In the original, nothing. Like, you're bad. And that he fuck off to the cornfield. That's all it was. And that's what made the episode work. This, again, we're left with another script that isn't as strong as the original episode, but I like this episode better than the original episode.
It's a better ending, yeah.
Yeah, because the kid, he goes like, everyone's scared of me. They don't love me. And she's like, all right, let's go, motherfucker. Let's go. I'm not scared of you. Let's go, bitch. And he like brings the car back, and then they fuck off in the weird color of flowers.
Well, yeah, she's smart too. You know how much money that kid could make her?
That episode always bothers me because it's very Mary Kay Letourneau-esque at the end. Because it's just like, there's something going on between these two, and I don't like it. It's very weird.
The Fugitive. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
Can we, next week, should we do The Fugitive?
The movie? The movie?
No. The episode of The Twilight Zone.
Oh. I would do a movie on the other one. I don't think Carpenter has it though.
Harrison Ford in
Twilight. Did you know, speaking of The Fugitive,
Peter Pan right off this here.
Do you know that The Fugitive video cassette has a ghost in it?
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Apparently, this is the producer of The Fugitive is on record.
Cosmo,
saying,
what are you doing? I'm thinking. Why don't you think me up one of them little donuts with the chocolate sprinkles on it?
No, there's the train scene And it's only available on the VHS copies because the digital copies erased it. There's a figure in the train shot. There's a guy in there's a frame where there's no one. When they shot it, there was nobody.
Thank you.
This is all true. It's all true.
There's a theory about that with 3 Men and a Baby too.
No, that was a cardboard cutout. It's on a set, so it doesn't make any sense. This was location.
Neither does that.
No, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. It's the guy who told the story, the producer of the movie.
Ghosts aren't real, so fuck that producer.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it's fucking right. I'm not saying it's real.
You're a grown man. Stop believing in this shit.
Yeah. Yes.
You're not 7 or a housewife.
Do you believe in Sasquatch? Come to LIW Twilight Zone review.
He's Zach Baggins.
Hey, he's a millionaire. He believes in his fucking cash.
He owns more Ghostbuster stuff than I do, and that makes
I
me
know.
upset.
No shit. Are you going to get the new Ecto 1?
There's a new one?
There's a new one coming out. It's very nice. I saw a review for it.
Scale.
It's not 1/6. It's more like you could fit maybe a 3 3/4 figure in there.
What the fuck?
But it's a nice rendition. But it's the Afterlife Ecto 1. It's the movie, the new movie Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
But it looks good.
The
what?
cartoon had that side cart that came out. The movies never did.
I know.
But the cartoon did. In the new movie, she has that. And I'm like,
yeah.
That's a cartoon, you bitch.
All it's going to be, guys, is
that's
fucking Stranger Things meets Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's all it's going to be, yeah.
With Paul.
I'm really glad Stranger Things has stopped, right? They stopped.
No, they're coming back.
COVID.
Oh, no.
It's losing its...
Sorry.
Yeah, it's over. Okay, sorry.
Fuck out of here. Next segment, the last segment.
The best segment.
Yes.
Nightmare at 20,000 Feet by George Miller.
Holy shit.
First thing and last thing I want to say, really, that's important for me to say is I wish George Miller did shit like this instead of Babe, Pig in the City, and some fucking penguin thing.
And Lorenzo's Oil.
If he did shit like this, he'd be in the fucking top tier of directors.
He did Fury Road, and that's fucking magnificent.
Well, again, you got to look at his Justice League movie that never happened.
No. He would have made that great.
If he had given a chance to do shit like this, where he did like toy psychological shit like this, where he was given full range, like kind of like there's a lot of directors that do this kind of like psychological shit, like a David Fincher. If he did something like that, if he followed that career path where he chose the script he wanted to do and do it, he would be so fucking good because this directing is so good.
But he did choose his own scripts because he wrote all of his own scripts.
I know. That's what's weird.
He likes pig movies.
and penguins.
He likes animals.
He's obsessed with pig shit. Pig shit.
He likes fucking animatronic pigs.
Methane. Pig shit.
Oh, man. Because fuck, here's Witches of Eastwick. That's a great George Miller movie.
No power, no Barter Town.
That is Mad Max 3.
Can't help it.
Master Blaster.
I watched Happy Feet
for
the first time recently, and I'm like, all right, Elijah Wood, I can deal with it. I love Elijah Wood, and I'm watching it, and the second one comes around, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. It was watching for the kid, not for me, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's happening, and I'm like, I know George Miller directed these, and I'm like, this is so upsetting. And then Babe,
they must have made some money though. So,
I grew up on Mad Max. I fucking love Mad Max, and the
show the kid Road Warrior. She'll like it.
Fury Road is my favorite movie of the year. I do have my favorite movie of the year on the website. Go to LIWstudios.com. I do my favorite movie every year. Fury Road won, way ahead of every other movie that year. Fucking
I think close. Fury Road is like the movie of the decade.
I sat in the theater when that came out. That was the first time I ever went to one of those D-Box movies, and it was in 3D. And I swear to God, tears were coming down.
Like, why the
so
fuck?
Beautiful.
Why the fuck does Avengers Endgame make $2 billion and Mad Max Fury Road barely cracks 350? Like,
because
what
people
the
are fucking
fuck?
stupid. That's why.
What the fuck? Like, why?
Have you been to a movie theater lately to see the clientele?
I understand that, but it's the same shit.
This is here, Frank. Let's do it. This is the movie theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kids that don't know what Mad Max is, and if it's not superhero shit, they don't give a fuck.
And then us in the back row going,
enough.
This is awesome.
Oh, crying.
Get a Mac.
The greatest thing about jerking off is I can keep on going.
And then crying when Max's car gets ruined in the opening scene.
You know how many times his cars bought the big one in this franchise, though, man, and they always find a way to bring it back. It's been destroyed in every single one except the first one.
Yeah,
first one didn't get destroyed, but
and now they're going to do the Furiosa movie.
No, I don't think they are.
No, they are. It's happening.
They've been talking about it since that.
No, it's Cass. It's Jodie, the girl from the Queen's Gambit.
If it's not Charlize Theron, I don't care.
Well, I don't want that storyline. I want Mad Max.
Time out, Adam. Fucking 100%, brother. I'm with you there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck no, yeah. I want a Mad Max movie, not a Furiosa prequel.
But if you're going to do a Furiosa movie and you're not going to put Charlize Theron in, what's the fucking point? I'm so sick of prequels, dude. Fuck.
You know what? She's in my top 5.
Huh?
She's in my top 5.
Yeah, she's
same
pretty
here.
good.
I love that woman to death.
Dario.
I've been in love with her since Eon Flux. Oh my god.
Devil's Advocate.
Oh my god.
Eon
John Lithgow, a guy that never gives less than 100 fucking percent.
Thank you.
150 fucking percent.
The guy that made you stop watching Dexter. Yes.
Yeah.
He has the best line in Dexter.
Well, that was the good season, but yeah, that technically it was the one that got me to stop watching Dexter was when that happened. But I'm not going to say he wasn't still good in that fucking season.
The best scene in any show, in any cable show, is when they go, nobody said they're thankful for me, and she goes, I'm thankful for you. Shut up, you cunt.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
And then he grabs his son's
That was
fingers
so
after-
shocking.
After the car got broken, and he's like,
Oh god. I should have fucking killed you when I had a chance.
Now, I haven't seen it, but I heard he also played Winston Churchill in The Crown, and he was really good in that too. Like,
he's a great actor.
He got some awards. Yeah, he got
John
some
Lithgow's fucking phenomenal.
Some nominations for that. But yeah, he's A-list. He's A-list among A-list.
Cliffhanger. Enough said.
No, there's a better movie he's in, or a better role he's in, but a worse movie than Cliffhanger is Raising Cain.
Oh, I was going to say Raising Cain, yeah.
Raising Cain, he's fucking amazing. That movie's terrible.
Well, do you know that the new Raising Cain is re-edited because they did a fan edit to make it make more sense because the original edit makes no sense?
Does De Palma not like the movie?
No, but De Palma changed it. He said they're right. He said like 20 years later they re-released it as a fan cut, and it's like that's the cut. It's a new movie.
I need to watch this now.
Yeah, no, it's a totally new cut. Yeah, it's the same movie but in different order.
And don't sleep on Buckaroo Banzai across the fifth dimension now.
I'm sorry, this is all of us. Nightmare at 20,000 feet. Okay.
Yes.
There's bathroom terror. It looks like it's a shits. I did my filthy Twilight Zone version, which I have not done today, have I? But he has shits and he gets out. There's a little fucking weird girl who like takes pictures of him.
Yes.
Did you notice the weird time jump?
No smoking.
Yeah. She has a puppet and she's like, no smoking. And then he's like, cuts over, he puts the cigarette.
Her puppet looks like W.C. Fields. Why would a kid in the 80s have a W.C. Fields doll? It's fucking creepy as shit.
George Miller madness.
It would have been cooler if they'd have used that Charlie McCarthy looking doll from the fucking Twilight Zone, like the puppet that they recycled a couple of times.
It could have been a Winston Churchill puppet.
It looked like a Winston Churchill puppet.
He puts out the cigarette after staring at the guy for way too long in front of him, and then he looks over at the little girl and she's fast asleep with the puppet. There's like weird time jumps there.
Yeah,
it sets you off like something's weird. They keep cutting time out like crazy, and he's sitting there and he's freaking. He's like super sweaty and he's just like he's losing his shit the entire time. The whole thing shot from Dutch angles for the most part. Every time he freaks out. When he freaks out, when he opens the blinds and sees the gremlin right there, I love this fucking shot. He turns to the camera. The whole thing is like right on him in all one shot. And the camera pulls up and he falls on the ground and everyone's fucking tackles him because everyone's right on top of him for no reason. And he's just sitting there staring at the camera and the camera never leaves him. I'm like, God, this looks so good. I love that shot.
His eyes, like the way his eyes are bugging out of his fucking head. That like is burned in my memory.
That's a George Miller director trademark. He has bugged out eyes in every movie he makes.
It's like the Kubrick, this thing.
I don't know if it's in Happy Feet, but it might be. You have to look it up.
The penguins are terrified looking out the edge of the ice.
Robin Williams' eyes just bulge before he jumps off.
You know, something this episode does really, this segment does really good is really capitalizes on anybody that has got a fear of flying. Like everything you could possibly think goes wrong is going wrong on this fucking airplane. This is the airplane on its way to hell. Okay, like it's so exaggerated, but so perfect the way they do it. Yeah.
Is it weird that I think the original episode does it better as far as character development goes? I think
no, I don't think that, because this one plays up too much on the phobia and not the characters. Yeah.
This one is more focused on the visuals and the feeling. The original is the character, and you watch them go crazy throughout the episode. That is more satisfying for me.
Yeah, it slowly builds up. This one, it's like as soon as they show you John Lithgow, he's already in the middle of a fit. You know, there's no building up to it. Yeah,
like, and the thing of it is, like, I think he did it that way because I think the biggest flaw of the first one was the fucking gremlin. He's adorable. He was adorable. Here it comes.
There he is.
Yep. See that adorable little guy.
Osborne. Yeah.
Crazy train. Rip the engine apart. You know, but you see what I'm saying? But this in the movie, I was like, "Whoa!" I was terrified. You know. So then it just made sense. I didn't need to have a character backstory with this guy. This guy's losing his fucking mind, and there's this terrifying gremlin on the wing.
Speaking of that, how come we don't have a gremlin action figure from this movie? We have an action figure for every other fucking movie in the world except for this.
Because they tried to bury this movie for 20 fucking years. That's why.
This, but what Adam has on his screen there.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. But yet terrifying. I guarantee you can find one, and it's probably like $1,000 for the figure.
The version in the movie is like a Crypt Keeper Predator.
Yeah,
like a weird. Because
it's so awesome though. Yeah,
he moves like the Crypt Keeper, but he kind of.
You know what though? He's got an attitude that's similar to the original Twilight because he's like doing the little.
Yeah, he's like
that wonderful.
And then they actually show him jump off the plane, and he just kind of flies away, and I fucking love that. I love the way he does that. Yeah.
And when he does it, I don't go wee.
He grabs his face, and he grabs Lithgow's face, and
he speaks. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't speak out loud, but he
that's great. Yeah, it's great.
Don't you think it's weird that Joe Dante didn't do this one? Because his movie Gremlins was talking, Dick Miller was talking about the gremlins on the plane. I would think that the gremlins that Dick Miller were describing were more like this fucker here.
You know what happened? They say, hey, Joe Dante, do you want to do the gremlin thing on the plane or the guy that sees cartoons?
Yep, that's exactly how it went down.
Cartoons.
You're right. Yeah,
that's what happened.
If you want to have a fun time, check out Joe Dante's short little TV show on Netflix with Corey Feldman. I mentioned this before. It is fucking awful.
What?
Joe Dante and Corey Feldman? It's got to be bad.
What?
You lost me at Corey Feldman.
Hold on.
When was this?
I mentioned this before. It is... Let's see. I haven't seen Inner Space in a while. But it was called...
The Cowboy.
What the fuck was this?
It had to be in the 90s or the 2000s.
Yeah, but I don't see it on his list here.
Maybe it's been erased.
It's like gone.
Everybody has jumped ship from this catastrophe of epic proportions.
Maybe you dreamt this. Was this a dream that you had?
Joe Dante.
Was it some warning? Was this a dream you had about 1941, but it was Joe Dante's show with Corey Feldman?
I found it. It's called Splatter.
He hasn't finished the dream yet, Desi Lou Dick. Give him a chance.
You're going to get killed if you keep on that dream.
Let me read this because this is the greatest sentence you'll ever hear for guy in the bottom row. Splatter is a 2009 interactive short horror web film directed by Joe Dante, produced by Roger Corman, starring Corey Feldman. It was created for Netflix. Wow. Someone dropped their mic.
That was me.
That was a mic drop. That was a mic drop moment.
That was pathetic. That was so
It was literally a mic drop moment.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
That's you ever having a bad day, or you're stuck in the John and there's nothing else to do. Just Google any random Corey Feldman music video and just watch in sheer terror.
What's that?
That guy takes himself Millennia, Extinction Millennium or something like that. It's
Plot
it's
for splatter.
So
After
bad.
committing suicide, a wash-up rocker returns from the grave to torment the 5 people who betrayed him in life. Audiences will get to vote which character lived and died.
So it's The Crow.
It's 20 minutes. No, it's a series, but it's all like these little segments, but they're all together. It's 20 minutes. So watch it. It's called Splatter. It's on Netflix. It is not worth your time, but it is fucking terrible.
I hope he made a lot of money making it. That's all I'm going to say.
It sounds like the experimental movie that Bob Gale wrote in the 90s, where it was like pick your own adventure movie. Remember that? It was released like for a weekend. It died so badly. It was an experiment, and it was on Siskel and Ebert, and they talked about it. And they said it's not a movie. It's an amusement park ride.
Yeah,
Why is it in the theater?
It's nothing new. They're called role playing games.
Yeah,
Frank, you're the one of us who likes Black Mirror. Did you watch Bandersnatch?
Oh, is that the movie?
Yeah, that's when you can choose what you want.
No.
Okay, nobody did. None of us.
I don't watch it either.
I don't want. Yeah, I've
No.
seen.
When I saw Black Mirror and then I saw 2 hours long, I went.
But the fun thing about that, I haven't seen it, but you can choose. It's like a choose your own adventure thing. You can. Here's what I want to see, and it gives you options, and you can click that.
What, like me personally, as I'm watching it, I can pick the shit.
Use your remote and pick the. Yeah.
Yeah, that. I mean, that's. I'm not going to do that.
I want to do that.
I don't.
But I don't like Black Mirror that much.
I mean, I love Black Mirror, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to interact with the show. Just fucking make a show. I'll watch.
I don't want to work for it.
Show me that shit. I mean,
Show me my disappointment.
I mean, you made White Christmas or whatever it was called. It was amazing.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, when Crocodile was really good. And then the other one with the little dog chasing him, that was great.
So, he's on the plane.
Oh.
He's on the plane. Engine 1 gets hit by lightning.
And he can't complain.
He can't complain. He's sitting there, and it's rain outside. And, it's really plain that it's rain outside on the plane.
And then all of a sudden he looks, and it's insane.
It's insane. And he's sitting there, and he was like, I want to eat some grain, but I got nothing on me. And he just wants to calm down. I like the original because they try to calm him down. They give his wife is there to give him drugs. She's there to root him to give him
like
connective tissue to the plane and to regularity. And
the only thing they're missing is that scene from the movie Airplane where they're all lining up to calm down the one fucking person. They've got like ropes and guns and fucking like poison.
Just
here, I'll handle this.
Just stand in the computer like this.
My favorite bit in Airplane is when he's sitting there and he's like, and I never saw her again. And, it's been 13 years. Well, you know what I'm talking about? And it's just like,
her feet are hanging. She's hanging in the airplane. I fucking love that movie so much, dude. Oh, my God.
Or the one guy with the sword, he's just...
he just dumps kerosene all over himself, lights a cigarette.
How creepy Peter Graves is with that little kid.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah.
Like movies
Billy, do you like movies about gladiators?
Yeah. Nightmare 20. Okay. So, after he grabs a gun eventually and he shoots the glass and it blows out and it turns into the fucking poltergeist where it's all the shit flying around the room. And he goes out and he tries to shoot the gremlin, looks up and he bites the fucking gun in half. And then he's just like,
great scene.
No. It reminded me of 30 Days of Night. He's like, oh God. He's like, no God. It reminds me of that.
Danny Houston was great in this movie.
Yeah. But he bites the gun off and he kind of like throws this spermy stuff on his face and he's like, whee! He flies off. And then they land.
The great violin playing after.
The music's really good.
Yeah.
The Jerry
Who
Goldsmith.
did the music?
Yeah, Jerry Goldsmith did the music in this one.
For the whole thing or just segments?
The whole thing.
The whole thing, surprisingly, yeah. Because I was thinking, I'm like, did he get Johnny Williams to do the fucking Sunnyvale bullshit?
Johnny Williams didn't want to come anywhere near this shit. He was like, fucking.
I wouldn't want my name on this either. But it was. They were still trying to do those John Williams moments where it's like you're letting the music take over for a bad performance. It's cheap.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Nightmare 20.
They immediately cut to the close-up, just like they did with Shatner. But with Shatner, they had kind of a wide angle where you see two people on the other side. But this one is like really close, and he's just like, and that's how I saved everyone. I'm gonna be a hero, huh? And he's clearly lost his fucking mind. There's no question in this. He's lost his mind.
Yeah.
In the first one, you're kind of like, yeah. Either or.
Well, he's being pulled away in an ambulance, driven by.
He gets in the ambulance. Oh, first we see the plane, and it's chewed to shit.
Yeah,
it's like completely fucking. You can see the claw marks. There's no mistaking what happened there.
I was so happy they showed that too.
Also,
they
had
to show that.
One of the airplane repair guys was Frank Marshall. I saw that little trivia tidbit today too. So,
but I love that he's smoking a cigar, and he gets up there and he says, "Let me know if there's any fuel leaking."
Yeah, I know that was on purpose because I laughed pretty hard when that was
a joke. That was definitely a joke.
That's awesome.
He gets up there, and you see the claw marks, but then we show John Lithgow on the plane, or the ambulance, and he's just like, he's kind of looking around, and we have that overhead shot of him. Looks great. And then we see that who's driving the ambulance? Nothing but a little bit of Dan Aykroyd.
Want to see something really scary?
Yeah. He was like, "I'm gonna play some music." He's like, "I love CPR." And then
Credence.
He's like, "So I heard you had some scares up there in the air. Want to see something really scary? It's called Nothing But Trouble, 1991."
Oh, my only directorial debut that I wrote.
I got
it's bad enough that RLM did an entire episode on Nothing But Trouble.
But I would say that one of the greatest Simpson Halloween segments is the spoof on this. Yeah, and it's more of this than it is the original episode.
Well, let's. There is definitely. Is it this one? Oh, here it is.
Otto, you gotta do something. There's a gremlin on the side of the bus.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Oh, dear Lord, some sort of hideous monster. Oh, isn't that cute? He's trying to claw my eye.
I remember that one.
That's a great episode.
They also did It's a Good Life.
Yeah, they did.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my reg. I love school. This one's for you, Bart.
The United States is not called the United States anymore. Now it's called Bonerland.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Right, we're way too over.
I think we've got all the points that we wanted to talk about.
We're like an hour over.
It's an enjoyable movie. I think it'd be like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me. I can't really decide. Somewhere between there. The low points are definitely everything about Kick the Can, the way that it grinds the movie down to a halt, and the fact that it deters the momentum enough to drop it for me. As much as I like the Boy's Life, it's a Good Life segment.
What do you keep calling that?
I don't know why I keep
DiCaprio and De Niro.
Don't know why I can't fucking get that shit straight, but it's a little like I still like the original better, but I'd like this different take of it. But if I had to choose between the two, I still prefer the original. So, but I like the fact that it wants to go in a different direction. It's going for almost kind of a redemption arc for the kid. The kid isn't just a monster like he is clearly in the original. So yeah, I'll say 8 out of 10 for sure.
Okay, Dick.
I'd say 8. I mean, it's kind of like, again, it's like 2 movies in one. You got the Vic Morrow sad behind the scene movie, and you have the last 2 segments, which are a lot of fun. So it's like, okay,
yeah, it redeems itself after Kick the Can.
It's really hard to do in an anthology movie.
Yeah, right.
It really
it's
is
hard to grade them. Yeah,
Tales from the Hood did a really good job.
Yeah, Tales from the Hood 2 is even better.
Creepshow did a fantastic job.
They're very few and far between.
I'm being serious. I genuinely enjoy Tales from the Hood.
It's good.
The sequels are fucking garbage.
Yeah, the second one's terrible. I got up and walked out on that one. That's one of the ones I walked out of the theater on Tales from the Hood.
Saw that in the theater? I thought that was direct to sci-fi.
It was in a theater, man.
Which one? Which one?
The second one. Yeah. Yeah, Tales from the Hood 2 came out in the theater.
There's no Clarence Williams. They replaced him with what's his fucking name? Some guy.
You don't replace Clarence Williams III with anybody.
No, he's fantastic.
He's great in the first.
Even in shitty movies, he's fantastic.
I'm sorry, Frank. Continue. I'm sorry. That's on me.
Yeah, I give it like a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
As far as the segments go, because everyone else did this, so I'm going to ask you to do it. As far as the individual segments go, how do they compare to the originals? For you.
Okay, so for me, obviously, like the first one and being Quality of Mercy, and I didn't like the Quality of Mercy that much, the original one. So they did a much better job of it. So I'll give that I would give it like a 7, I guess. But comparatively, it was much better than the original.
Yeah.
Then Kick the Can. I hated it then. I hate it now. I have nothing to say about it.
Nothing redeeming about it.
No, it's pointless. The writing sucks. The story sucks. It's boring. Fuck that episode. Moving on. So 1 out of 10. Yeah, I gotta give it at least something. Respect for the people that had to suffer through doing that and putting it on their career. So I feel bad for them. Excuse me. So, and then obviously the third one, which it's a good life. I'd say it's my top 10, 15, somewhere around there of the original. But I've seen it so many times. It's one of those where it's like the original's burned in my memory. So I did like the way they went with this one. They didn't just straight up copy it. So that takes some balls sometimes to take something that's so iconic and copy it, but not copy it. But, you know what I mean? And so I like that a lot, but I didn't like it as much as even though they pretty much did copy it straight up, like step for fucking step, pat for pat, except for Lithgow's freaking out. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet was like 9 out of 10 for me. So that's pretty much how I rank them. I would go like, 20,000 Feet, then, Nightmares, It's a Good Life, and then go back to the whole moral thing, and then Kick the Can. I don't fuck it. No, I wish.
If you add them all up, I think it averages out to about a 7 for you for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the last two save it. If the last two were like really anything else and just not as good as they were because they were so over the top amazing, compared to the rest of them. I mean, it would be like in the 4s, but. Because if they went the way that they were going for the first half, this thing would have been just a catastrophe of just utter shit. But the last two really saved them because the first two, it's just unfortunate what happened. If that never happened, I just imagine what that first whole sequence would have been. It would have been fucking incredible.
I agree. So, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to show my pain on the screen here. I'm getting to that point. Before I get to my opinions, I did ask, what's your favorite segment of the Twilight Zone movie on Twitter? If you want to see any of that, follow shows. We'll read your stuff on air. LIW The TZ Review on Twitter. I asked, like I said, what's your favorite segment? The Twilight Zone Classic Series, which is, what is their fucking name? At the Twilight Zone 3, so the Twilight Zon 9. I said 3. I don't know why I said 3. I wrote, sorry, I'm limping by right now, I'll be honest with you. They wrote, the start with Dan Aykroyd and Albert Brooks, Do You Want to See Something Really Scary is great. My favorite segment of the film, It's a Good Life, with special effects by Young Aaron. Ellen Foley and Anthony's family blew my mind away when I saw it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They also shared the opening and closing scenes of Dan Aykroyd. Let's play a little bit of that real quick if it will let me. Any sound? No. There's no sound in that GIF. Okay. And then Dustin Miller at The Miller Effect wrote Nightmare by a long shot. And at Jolly wrote something that I meant to bring up, but I forgot. So I'm glad they did this because it's 30 Rock from the Sun. There's a clip where if you follow 30 Rock from the Sun, which I did, William Shatner, it plays the what's his character name?
The big head.
Yeah.
He
Big
plays
giant
the
head.
alien overlord of John
Big
Wick.
head.
And they both mention something on the wing of the plane. Let's play that here.
So, how was your trip, sir?
Let's do the visual here. Sorry. Keep forgetting I can do this.
Kristen Johnson.
So, how was your trip, sir?
Horrifying at first. I looked out the window and I saw something on the wing of the plane. The same thing happened to me.
That's all it is.
I love that bit. I laughed really hard when I saw that.
I remember being
And
in
his
my
hat
house.
says, "I love New Jersey."
Yeah. I laughed so hard when that aired for the first time, and my family's like, "What are you?" I have no idea what you're laughing at. I'm like, "Come on!" Like I was. What,
They didn't get the connection.
Come on, God.
They both did the same thing. Yeah.
How stupid are you guys?
I loved it, and I still do. But
that's pretty good. I've never seen that. That's
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that. Funny.
That one passed me by. So.
That's a sitcom that's held up very well.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
If you go back and watch it now, it's still funny. All of it.
It's a good
It's
show.
great. Yeah.
It's campy. That's why it works.
Yep.
It's the same
Yeah,
thing
like-
as the original Batman show. Holds up because it's campy.
Who created that show?
Oh, good question.
I want to say
Wasn't James French? Didn't he do?
no. I think it's the same guy that did The Big Bang Theory. If I'm not,
No,
you don't think
no
so?
way, no way.
I
hope Chuck Lorre. Yeah.
I hope
You're supposed to get better, not worse. I mean,
I think Adam's right. But
Let me double check though.
Let me describe my feeling of the movie here. I mostly agree with Frank. I do think some of the segments work better, but I still want to watch the original episode better, like more.
yeah, it's like I respect the creativity that you're going for, not going it beat for beat. But sometimes it's like then you're just creating something totally different at this point.
It's a Good Life and Nightmare are better filmed and better, like more production values put into the actual movie version.
Right.
I mean, you can't compete with the classics, but I still like those two more. But I don't want to watch them as much, if that makes any sense.
I am wrong. Creators of Third Rock from the Sun is Bonnie Turner and Terry Turner.
Oh.
I think they did Friends.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Kick the Can is garbage either way. I'd still rather watch the original because of the stories works better, but the visually and time wise, it flies by faster in the Spielberg version.
No, I'm sorry. They did that 70s show.
70s show and that 80s show.
But I
And
don't
Whoopi.
like the overly Jewish kid going, "Oh, my husband Bernie," and you're like, "Oh God." It gets draining. Kid swinging the sword around and jumping out the window. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The timeout segment is the one that stands out the most for me because it's the most original. It is far superior to the original episode, which is kind of based on, not really. That episode stands out the best for me. It's what I think of when I think of the movie. Honestly, I wish it was the ending, but I think it's the only first because it doesn't have an ending, so they wanted to roll into something else.
Can you think honestly though a better way to put a racist in his place than a situation like that? I can't.
American History X.
Well, that's more of a redemption, but I mean, in as far as if you wanted somebody to understand racism, complete role reversal, like put yourself in that situation, and see how you feel about it. You know what I mean? Like put it's that whole concept of you don't never know somebody till you walk a mile in their shoes.
Yeah, I just had to delete my dad from Facebook. I didn't have to send him these places.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what? So, you all right, buddy?
I posted all this. You should have seen this.
Huh?
I said I posted all this. You should have seen this.
On where?
On Facebook.
I don't ever go on it. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck you. So,
I try to stay away.
I know.
I gave it a 7. I gave the movie a 7. Originally, I gave it a 6. I bumped it up after viewing, and I'm like, because I hold that Kick the Can episode to such a regard where I'm like, it ruins the fucking movie. And this time, I was less affected because I'm like, here we go, here it comes, it's over, and I enjoy the rest of the movie. It's not as bad as the critics at the time said it was. It's not as good as it could have been.
Yeah, there's some lost opportunities for sure.
If Spielberg did Monsters Do in Maple Street, I'd love the movie way more because that's one of my favorite episodes. And how much could he really fuck that episode up?
Not hard. It's pretty easy to do.
It's very Spielbergian. That episode. People looking and aliens show up. It's Spielberg.
I know. Who can do that better?
You know, at some point, I would like them to do this movie again. Like, I think this is one that kind of warrants maybe getting another chance and do maybe some different stories and get some different directors in. You know,
you say that, and J.J. Abrams is going to do it.
That's the problem. If you were to do it right now, it would be all the wrong people. It would be Kurtzman and Abrams and fucking Tom Cruise and everybody else would come in there and fuck it all up. So maybe 10 years from now, give it another chance, bring in some new directors, and try to make a love letter to Twilight Zone. Because Jordan Peele sure as hell hasn't gotten right. So
yeah, but he's gotten a lot better at it. I'll give him that.
They're improving. They have a long way to go yet, though.
I'd love to see a Monster doing Maple Street, The Silence, something like that. Like where
that's almost something you could make a whole podcast out of.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple and weird.
I would love to see it like a revamped Shadow Play, but you go tit for tat with that one.
You guys should post that on your Twitter page. If you were to redo this movie, which stories would you pick, and who would you have direct them?
I will do that.
That's a great. Yeah.
Check out LIW The TZ Review on Twitter. There, we'll find out more of that because I'm definitely interested. We got 4 more updates here.
8 characters in search of an exit. Joss Whedon.
It's 5 characters.
Whatever.
Some kid is desperate enough to play with a hobo toy.
You are just stuck on that hobo toy.
That's all I can think about. Why is there a hobo toy?
Because when I want to play with my characters, I need a hobo.
Because if you have a hobo toy, you don't have to pay the royalties to anybody, Phoenix, for having product placement.
Well, let me ask you this before we go. Do you agree with the Twilight Zone Classic on Twitter, or Twilight Zone 9, that the opening is the best part?
No.
No, I think it sets it up, but it's not the best part.
If they would have left the ending in without the beginning, it would have been better.
I do agree that the opening was really solid.
Yeah.
I expected them to fuck that up. I really did. But it hooked you in. They mentioned the Twilight Zone, which seems like it would ruin it for you, but it doesn't.
You know, something else none of us mentioned either, and I was surprised I forgot about it till just now, the fact that they actually used Burgess Meredith to narrate the whole fucking thing, I thought was awesome, because he's been in most of the best Twilight Zones. So
he's royalty.
He's royalty. He's earned that right to do that. Yeah.
They mention him in the introduction when they're talking about Time Enough at Last. They mention Burgess Meredith, and then he introduces it. But Frank and I both thought independently of each other that Burgess Meredith narrated the 80s series. It's because of this movie. He doesn't narrate the 80s series. He doesn't? No.
There's no narrator in the 80s series.
There's 2 narrators. They just are not Burgess Meredith.
Okay.
So
it's only voiceover.
Would this technically be the first meta material in film?
Not first, but yeah, it is.
It's up there. It's pretty close.
This scene is pretty meta, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's fourth wall breaking if I ever saw it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It is interesting enough, and I agree. Yeah. I agree with the Twilight Zone Classic series on Twitter. It was really solid of an introduction.
Yeah,
could have been so bad, especially if you told me they talk about the Twilight Zone in their introductory dialogue. Yeah. I would be like, "Oh, that's gonna be awful." When you watch it, the scene is well written enough where it flows naturally into that conversation. It doesn't bother me, and I like it.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but I just thought either keep it that way.
It's setting up the movie. It's like if you were a fan of this series, you might enjoy our movie. Here we go, then right into it. So,
but they don't just say that right off the bat. They have a few minutes of conversation with bullshit, honestly, but it works.
I think I have that. You want me to play at the beginning?
I mean, yeah. Then we'll get out of here. We need to leave.
Who would have thought to cast Albert Brooks and Dan Aykroyd in the opening of Twilight Zone?
Defending Your Life is an amazing movie.
Well, I love Albert Brooks, but I'm just
Albert Brooks is awesome.
I love Albert Brooks, but yeah, it's crazy.
When he gets killed in Drive with a hammer?
Oh yeah. No, he doesn't get killed with a hammer. He gets
sorry, is that someone else?
No, that's somebody else. Yeah,
Okay.
He just gets stabbed. He stabs him.
I don't like that movie.
I like Drive. I want
to like Drive, but I like.
Sorry.
You want me to play it?
No, I got it ready.
You're taking forever.
Okay, here we go.
I just play it right there. Here.
You want to see something really scary? You bet. Really? Yeah. Okay, this is really, really scary now. I trust you. Okay, pull the car over. You want to see it? Well, show me while I'm driving. No, I can't. I can't tell you about it. It's only take a couple of seconds. All right, 2 seconds, okay? Okay. What is it? Just pull it over. Okay. I'll show you. All right. Okay. Scare me. Are you ready? Okay, go ahead. What are you doing?
Thriller.
It was one of those John Landis werewolf moments, just funny and then scary right away. Yeah.
Why did you bail out, Phoenix? Were you about to? Like, did I screw that up?
No. Anytime I need to hunch over in pain or stretch,
Oh, okay. Sorry, because when I started playing that, you went blank. I'm like, did I?
No, I figured it was a good time where I can do that.
Okay,
I
cool.
just keep the camera on me when I'm in pain.
No, I'm with Phoenix. I just got my shots on Friday in my spine too. So,
God, what's wrong with you people?
Let's leave.
Broken backs.
God damn.
4 sick old men dying on a YouTube feed.
Jesus. God damn.
Hey guys, let's go play Kick the Can.
Yes.
Kick the Can.
Kick the can.
And then decide to be old. I want to be 80 over 8. Fucking douchebags. Okay, let's get out of here. LIWstudios.com, LIW The TV Review, LIW Anthology Pod on Twitter. And that's it. Okay, fuck it. Tomorrow we're doing, Wednesday, if you're listening to the YouTube or early in the morning, I'm going to post these podcasts. If you're listening, we're going to do LIW Anthology Pod. We're going to discuss some fucking show. I don't remember what it was, and then we're also going to discuss John Carpenter's They Live, starring Rowdy Piper. Mr. Piper.
And Keith David.
I knew his daughter very nicely.
Keith motherfucking David.
That's right. So we're going to discuss that. Who else wants to go here?
What show are we watching?
I don't know. Alcoa Goodyear Theater.
Do you have that? Are we watching that live, or what are we doing on that?
Yeah, we're going
to... Okay.
Yeah, we'll discuss after.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Very good. Adam?
RaidersLostFlicks.com, Raiders Lost Flicks on YouTube. I'm reviewing The Expanse. There's 2 more episodes left in the season. Check it out.
So he's going to miss They Live.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and I just want to say, my kid's finally home after 70 days being in the hospital. Preemies, fight like a preemie, right? That's
welcome home, Jackson.
Welcome home, buddy. Love you.
Jackson, because I'm nasty.
Miss Jackson.
I am for real.
Never meant to make you up.
No. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Frank Links.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Tick, tick, tick.
So long, citizen. You're so nervous. Dick, dick. I said dick. Oh, God. I said dick. No microphone.
Ribbit.
Titmouse.
My mom's gonna be so upset.
Oh, I fucking.
Dude, it was crazy. Like
Simpsons reference there.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry.
Titmouse.
Yeah, Titmouse.
I was saying it was so cool, man. Because I woke up at 2:30 in the afternoon, right? Because anyway.
Frank, can I stop the podcast?
Yeah. Right.
Shut up the podcast.
Don't get personal here.
Don't whip it out just yet, boys.
Okay, let me go.